Hey, hey. Hey, 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 hey. How is everybody doing? This is Mr. Hardcore Mode, where nothing is easy. Warriors and Witches, how y'all doing? And God bless. We got a lot to talk about today. Sorry that I've been away for a while. Guys, that Road to Vostok game has been in my soul, okay? That game has been taking the very core of me. I've never experienced. I think the reason. Let's put some ambience up in here. I think we're gonna go with some KCD 2 today. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, I've been thinking a lot lately, but let me see. Okay. Hold on. My boss. 1 second. Yo. Sorry about that. Sorry, that was my boss. Gosh, funny dude. Do we got music? We got music. Sorry about that. I had to get in touch with my boss real quick. Guys, how y'all doing? Mr. Hardcore Mode, we're here where nothing's easy. We got a lot to talk about. We have to talk about Wuchang Fallen Feathers, the dev team that finally has been procured. We also want to talk about Spider, which is Greedfall, which, you know, slowly is being swallowed whole. I knew it was going to happen because too many things were factored in. We also have to talk about James Bond and how that new game First Light is going to be a travesty. I mean, I knew it. I just want to watch a whole video about it. We also have to talk about PlayStation, which is, yeah, you will own nothing and be happy. And we also got to check out Dawnwalker, the new gameplay feature, and also release date. But guys, thank you so much for being here. Let's go ahead and read up who's all here. And I apologize for wasting your guys' time. But greetings and all hail the Donald J. Shup, the 43rd. Yo, bro. Yo, he's the man, bro. Bro, if you ain't right, then you ain't right. If you ain't right, then you ain't right. That has been so true. Cheers to all of you. People have been going crazy. We can have our differences. We can have our different beliefs. But as soon as you tell me that you can abort a baby and be chill with it and think that it's not immoral, as soon as you start saying that you can fucking chemically castrate children, you lost me. You're done. Okay? You know what's crazy? Is that me, you know, the Christian faith, we the people have literally slowly but surely destroyed the Bible to let gay people be married. That's what we did. We literally foregoed the Father and said, hey, okay, you guys can get married, I guess. And you know what they said to us? They said, you can also have little Timmy be little Cindy. And also, they also said they have also destroyed the church. Okay, that's what they did. We gave them the right to be gay and married, and they spit in our fucking faces and said, you know what, Christianity, God's not real, and also little Timmy can be little Sarah. How fucked up is that? We need to reset. We need to factory default settings this shit. Bro, we're gonna factory default settings, and I'm gonna look outside, and it's gonna be black and white, and like one restaurant is gonna be like fucking no blacks, and I'm gonna be like, you know what? And then I look to the sign to the right, and it says ice cream cones for 25 cents, and I'm like, wait, we might have something. It's like, man, we got a lot of racists around here, bro. 25-cent ice cream cones. Are you fucking serious right now? 25 cents. So what if that guy's getting angry that I'm a black guy? So what? We got 25, bro. We had 50-cent, bro. Cheap comics. We had really good comics until they fucked it up right now. We had all these great things, and then we fucked it all up. Crazy. Black people had it good too, and then they said we can make these niggas, like, we can make them work for us forever. And I was like, god damn. Hey Venom, what's up? How you doing? Yo, Robin Page, how you doing? What's up, dude? I mean, when one of Sony's former presidents got exposed as a pedophile by YouTubers, of course, it would have a shit happen sooner or later. What the fuck? Robin Page, random life hack: covering your bed with terry cloth towels makes for an extremely comfortable sleep. Wildcard says, random gaming life hack: buying a game without a subscription means you own it, and if you are anytime revoked access to what you legally paid for, privacy is perfectly valid option to reclaim it. The funny thing is, Gabe Newell said the same thing. He said the same thing, and I think that should, fuck. Listen, I don't like stealing, but if we're talking about something digitally, I don't fucking care, bro. I don't fucking care. These motherfuckers could make copies of that shit. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's digital. You're not gonna run out. They have the right to believe what they want, but we have the right to ridicule their beliefs. That's true. That's the utter beauty of the First Amendment. Yeah, it's Adam and Eve, not Kathy and Eve, bro. My aunt is named Kathy and she's gay, and she literally like deleted us from her life because she's a dyke bitch. Okay, you are so fucking true, bro. Her name is Kathy, bro. I was like, where the fuck is she going? And she's like, fuck all of you guys like Trump. And I was like, you're really gonna fuck up your family? You're gonna leave your family because we voted for somebody else? God damn, that's fucking crazy. TDS, bro. I ain't racist, but in my opinion, the only segregation should be based on politics and beliefs, not on any other aspect. Commies can go best to East Berlin. True, bro. What's the terminology, wild card? He's like, what is it? You could stay what you want, but you can't stay here, or something like that. I mean, you can believe what you want, but you can't stay. I forgot the term. Somebody will remind me. Adam ain't Madam, and Eve ain't Steve. True. I still think about the day that Eve just came later on and said, yo, let's check this apple out. Yo, the first simp. Adam, why did you eat the apple? The first simp. I'm just kidding. I'm making a joke. But it's good to see you all. We have games to talk about, and I apologize for not being here for a while. I've been engrossed into that Road to Vostok game so much because it's literally, it's a few things that I like about Road to Vostok is the event system, the hardcore lifestyle of the game, the fact that you got a permadeath, the intensity of randomly almost getting shot from a distance, like the enemy can see you but you can't see them, the equipment, the survival, like sort of, you know, setting up your base sort of mechanic stuff, and like going out there, there's like an area where you can where you're not permadeath, and then there's a permadeath area. Of course you can play full on permadeath, but good lord, man, good lord, it's once you step into permadeath, it's completely different game. I've never heard of a game where you can half of the game you can be permadeath. I've never seen that, where it's just like half of the area is like, okay, you're in baby area, you're in baby territory, and then as soon as you hit into permadeath area, it's fucking crazy. I like it. It's got that stalker vibe that I like. Yeah, absolutely. I'm downloading Sandbox from Steam now. That's cool. Also, capitalism never did anything wrong. 30s, 2008, etc. True. Hey, Snail, what's up? Let us all just admit we're all fucked. I don't know, man. I got a little hopium in me. You know what I mean, Snail? I got a little hopium. I'm playing Fate, the original game, not the remake. That wild tangent did, and I feel like I'm back on Windows 7 again. Better than dog shit that makes my PC chug like liberals pumpkin spice latte. Roblox is for pedos? Yeah, bro. I will never touch that game, bro. I think Roblox should be burned. I firmly believe that. I think hands down Roblox should be completely torched. Because now it's coming to this conclusion where it's just like they are willing to gain money and just delete anybody that tries to, you know, try to alter it. You know what I mean? Where it's just like you are so attracted to money that you're not willing to take care of these pedophiles. That's disgusting. That's crazy. Yeah, Roblox is crazy. Roblox own CEO said pedos are a business opportunity, not a problem. I'm sure he didn't say that because he would get flamed for that shit. I'm pretty sure he said it in a different way. He probably said something like, yo, well, these people are a business opportunity. I know how they PR that shit. Everybody's talking about Epstein Island, and I'm over here like, bro, you think there's only one island? You think there's only one island? You want to know how I know there's more than one island? One, they were okay with castrating children and making them change their sex. Two, they were okay with fucking completely destroying the baby within the womb. And three, and three, don't forget, they were okay with men raping women at the fucking prison, like a man that they said, oh, but it's a woman though, and then they literally put that man in the woman's prison because, oh yeah, well, it's a woman. And then that's number four, man. And number five, we're just gonna skip Joe Biden. I mean, not Joe Biden, but Bill Clinton. I'm like, yo, we got Bill Clinton over here. There's a bunch of pictures of him. Do you want to, I mean, okay, you want to talk about Trump? You want to talk about Trump being a pedo? Okay, cool. You got to go full in though. You can't just do this whole, oh man, well, I just want to talk about Trump. No. If you don't like pedos, you don't like pedos. Okay? So you're going to talk about Bill Clinton. And they're just like, psh. And I'm like, okay then, so we really don't care. Just Orange Man bad. I used to play Roblox till recently. I don't care if I had an 11-year-old accent. I gotta delete it. Yeah, you gotta delete that. Yeah, also Epstein pushed the modern transgender. Yes, they did. Wild card. Yes, they did. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, bro, that is so fucking. That's like. It's so like it's and people don't realize how big that is that these people that are trans and they obviously don't like Trump are literally a tool made by Jeffrey Epstein. Bro, I mean, I know all about being a tool, okay? I used to be a tool to Democrats, okay? So You just got to get out of there somehow. You got to get out. You got to get out of your head. Yeah, I saw the email. I saw it. I looked it up myself. Yeah, no, it's 100%. Okay, let's first talk about this right here. Let's talk about games. Okay. So, Digital Bros has acquired full ownership of Wuchang Fallen Feathers for roughly 4 million crowns, I believe, 4 million crowns, from the now closed Chinese developer Lenzi. I could be getting that currency wrong. I apologize. I only know bucks. The 2025 Souls-like action RPG, published by 505 Games, was a major success, selling over 1 million copies. That's good. Generating 30 million bucks in revenue and peaking at more than 130,000 concurrent players on Steam. The studio fell apart earlier this month after its game director and other senior staff departed, and the remaining team refused to switch to a support role. That's pretty strong of them. The deal pretty smart for Digital Bros, since they gained complete control over the game's keeping 100% of the profits. That's insane. That's really good. The first game was fantastic. Hope they don't ruin it in the sequel. I'm hoping so too, because I think they did a wonderful job with the game. It's just that there was another game that I was thinking about. I didn't finish it, and I'm planning on finishing it up on my own some other time. Oh yeah, you remember that time that I kept on getting my ass whooped in this game? We're not going to talk about that. Wait, oh, it's euros? Okay. They're about to change euros into goats here real soon. I'm just saying. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, okay? All right. Britain and America unite. I'm just saying. And they're like, no. I give you 2 goats. But I think this is a good thing. I think this dev team did an amazing job. It's a great game. I am going to love whipping this lady's ass again and getting her clothes. Bro, the clothes were the best part of the game, bro. Clothes were the best part. So I'm good on them. I want to see more of Wuchang. I think Wuchang left on a cliffhanger, so we'll see. But that is some good news. But we got a little bit of bad news for Spider. Sad news for the French games industry. Spider Studio, the Paris-based developer known for games like Greedfall, Steel Rising, The Technomancer, oh man, I haven't played that in a while, and Mars Warlogs, is shutting down. Founded in the 2008, the studio has been a subsidiary of Nakon and is shutting down because no one wants to buy it. God damn, you didn't... God, you said that? God damn. The court-appointed administrator is expected to request judicial liquidations this Wednesday, and it's described as largely a formality. Over the last few days, the team of around 70 people has moved from working on future projects to updating CVs and handling practical matters like buying studio equipment, hoping for the best for the developers affected. That's sad. I remember this game, Steel Rising. I thought that game looked like fucking garbage, but then I played fucking Liza P. That was way better. This is the Greedfall. This is the Greedfall that I liked. Okay, not that fucking Indian bullshit that they made on the second game where they changed the fucking combat. I liked the brownish sort of like hot character with the conquistador sort of look, and then they said you're with the natives now, and I'm like, bitch, fuck you. Okay, and if you're gonna make me join the natives, can I look cool like fucking like Connor like Connor from Assassin's Creed 3? Was it Connor or Kenway? I think it's Kenway. I think it's no Kenway. I think so. But yeah, like, make myself look badass as a native, but they didn't. And also, here's another thing: they decided to make a whole new language, and then they plastered it for being it on the subtitles. Now, that's fine to make a new language for a game. That's fine. However, when you're why did Mass Effect do so well? It'll actually surprise you. The reason why Mass Effect did so well is because everybody spoke English. Okay? And there was moments where other other aliens spoke to other people and did like Kila Salai with the fucking with the, you know, the Quarians and, you know, other sort of words like that, but they pretty much kept it in English. But with this game, the new Greedfall 2, not only did they change the gameplay, but also they made your character speak perpetually or mostly in that fucking gobbledygook shit where it's like umbaka kukukuka, and I'm like, are you serious? You want me to read subtitles the whole time? That's what you want me to do? Yeah, I don't. Nobody wants to read subtitles the whole time, man. Nobody wants to do that. And the language is stupid. I'm sorry, the language is stupid. The characters looked horrible. Like, the outfits for the natives in the second game looked horrible. Like, obviously I'm gonna like the conquistador outfits because look at this bitch, she looks kick-ass. But if you're gonna do natives, you have to make natives look cool. You can't do this shit where it's just like, well, you can, but then you'll close down like so. But you got to make your characters look fine, kick-ass, badass, all those things. You got to do that. You want to know what they looked like? Oh, hold on, I'll show you. I'm just talking out of my ass at this point. Let me show you the design of those characters. And of course you could change your outfit to the conquistadors later, but that's much later. Here's a better picture. This is a perfect picture. Oh, nope. There we go. What? Stop playing. Here we go. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. That's a man. Why do you got all these frills on him? That's a man. Why do you got all these? Okay, if you're gonna add frills, you gotta add it in a certain way that it makes them look manly. But no, it's fucking gay. The outfit is fucking gay. It's why the strap around here. The design is horrible. You did not give two shits about the natives' design. You got frills. He's wearing half a dress and half of a tunic. Like, this ain't some sort of Scottish sort of lifestyle. This just looks gay. So when I saw this and you said, oh man, well, you're gonna look like this for a while, but later on you're gonna get to be able to be a conquistador. No, I want to be a conquistador now. And so this is one of the reasons why the game didn't work out. Also, the color palette. You do need to increase your color palette, okay? Because actually Greedfall is actually quite vibrant, but we choose to use brown the whole time. You guys are out here using herbs and bones and you're hunting animals with the natives and you're within nature. And I'm like, are you within nature or are you just trapped in a Mad Max world? Everything is so brown. And I'm just like, it'll make sense if you were in the first Greedfall and you were in the industrial area. So you see a lot of smoke and it's a very gray area. And then if you move and walk to a different area, you'll get a different color. But in this one, it was just brown. Next day, brown. Other day, oh, it's nighttime. And then the next day, brown again. Nobody likes this. Here's another picture. More brown. They said, bro, you like brown? Oh, this picture's huge. This picture's huge. Here's more brown. You like brown? Here's more brown. And this outfit is horrible. Who decided this what does this outfit even do? I'm going to talk about the outfit one more time because I'm ranting, okay? Let me rant, okay? The strap. Why? The strap. Why? What is this hooking up to? This middle piece right here. What is it hooking up to? Where did it come from? Why? Okay, so you got a leopard thing that's flapping on the right side. And wait a minute. So let me get this straight. You got a Native American sort of Indian style on the right side, and you got like a Chinese Mongolian look on the left side? Bro, have we ever heard of a consistency around here? Yeah. That's far from authentic. They're just pulling stuff from different areas. So, I mean, if that's gonna be, oh my god, there's another one. Is that another one? It is another one. Here, bro, there's more brown, bro. More brown? More brown? God damn. All right, we're done. We're moving on. Good lord. There's a lot. I was looking down and I was like, yep, there's more pictures. I got another picture. That's another one. Oh, it's finally nighttime on this one. But after that, it's more brown. You're not even in a desert area. Yep. One of the reasons that Elden Ring did so great, I think one of the reasons that Elden Ring did so great was the fact that they did such a good job at colors. When you were, what color do you think of the Raya Lucaria castle? Blue. What color do you think of when you go to the Lindell Castle next to the Erd Tree? Gold. It's great. What color do you think of when you're trying to go, this is part of the DLC, what color do you think of when you're going down into the sleeping ruins where you find, you know, the one sleeping thing that was within Mikola? Purple. Because, you know, that's a whole thing. Like, there's so many different colors. What there's an area, there's another color, black. When you go down into the dream world, the catacombs, and you fight that giant black death-ridden dragon with red lightning, it's just black and red. And I'm like, holy shit, that's cool. That's so awesome. What color do you get when you go underneath the whole map with that one underground area with those shiny rocks? It's like a bluish purple sort of area. Really beautiful. And so when you see Greedfall, they said, fuck these colors, bro. Fuck it. We're playing Rust. No, not Rust. It's Rage. We're playing Rage. At least Elden Ring's landing in darker colors, painted to dark world, and even when they tried their best with the aesthetic to be visually pleasing, I loved it. And the funny thing is, the graphics are good in Elden Ring, but not that good. I mean, they do a good job on animations, but they don't do a good job on facial captures, on the way people's mouths and face look. They don't do a good job on that. They do a good job at world building and like the overall aesthetic of the world and shit. But yeah, Volcano Manor, boom. Of course, you think of, you know, red or sort of that yellowish sort of lava. You know, you think of those colors. Really good one, by the way. That was a good one. What color do you think of when you go to like the area with the dragons and the beast? You think of like a grayish sort of white like tone to it. You got the tornadoes going off, you got the stones everywhere, you know, the ruins and everything. That's that color. And what about, we can keep on going. We got one more. We'll do one more. What color do you think about when you think of the giants that fought America? You think of white, the color of snow, because, you know, that you see those giant spears that are going through the giants, and they just they fucked up those giants in they fucked up those giants over in that snow area. But yeah, definitely. Also, PlayStation adds a D. Oh, we're gonna talk about that later. I don't know. We're not even talking about that. We're not even talking about that yet. They had to pull out the. Yeah, we're not talking about that yet, but we will. But anyway, I just want to talk about colors a little bit. Let's get into this PlayStation thing. And so, oh, man, we got a lot to talk about. Okay, all right. Okay. Let's start off. How are we gonna do this? We're gonna do that one. I want to talk about that one in a minute. No, we can let that one go. I'm trying to get in order. Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute. Okay. Hey everybody, this is Mr. Hardcore Mode, where nothing is easy. Warriors and witches, how y'all doing? And God bless. We're here to talk about PlayStation. PlayStation is doing a very bad job right now. A very, very bad job. A cardinal sin in the gaming community when it comes to DRM and owning your games. You remember when Xbox back in 2012 was talking smack about, like, bro, how about we try this out, and then we laid them to rest on that shit and they walked that shit back. I'll give it to Xbox, even though they're a bunch of bullshit, and we'll get to Xbox later because everybody's thinking that the Indian lady will save them or something. I don't know. We're not even there yet. Okay, she's giving promises that we don't know if she's gonna keep. Okay, we're gonna talk about PlayStation though. But Xbox walked back on the whole DRM sort of thing. And even back then, PlayStation joked about it, about the whole owning your games thing. And they were just like, oh yeah, this is how you own a game. This is how you can give your game to your friend and stuff. It's like, not anymore. That lifestyle is gone now. We're in the future. This is 2026. They changed that shit. This, you want to know, you know what? I'll read this and then I'll tell you why this is your fault. Okay. Any PlayStation game purchased digitally after March's system update will reportedly now require an internet connection once every 30 days to validate the license. That's right. If you just went out of town, you know, all those friends that you had that were like offline for 400 days because they got a family now, well, all their systems are gonna just, you know, that's what's gonna happen now. Okay, it's like that whole lifestyle where you could just not play video games. Well, now you have to play video games, otherwise you're shut the fuck down. Even your offline single player games are still gonna require you to verify whether or not you actually own your shit. You bought that PlayStation 5, but is it your PlayStation 5? You bought that game, but is it your game that you purchased? Who knows anymore? Who knows? We're just throwing shit in the air now. You know what I mean? If the console stays offline longer than that, the games will not launch until you reconnect. That's right, bitch. That's right. Let's read this thing. Thank you for the interest of the 30-day timer. By the way, PlayStation this is early. PlayStation did not want you to hear about this, okay? Like, this is not set up yet. This is not a thing right now, okay? Oh, no, wait, no, it is a thing. No, it is a thing. So, wait, is it a thing right now? If I remember correctly, somebody said, no, it's a thing right now. Holy shit. Affected games purchased digitally after the March 2026. So it just came. Okay, gotcha. It's really literally right in front of my fucking face. Maybe if I just read, you know what I mean, you know. Thank you for your interest on our 30-day timer that is being applied to all new purchases. All affected content. Games purchased digitally after the March of 2026 update. By the way, purchased digitally, you think that's gonna matter whether or not you have that game digitally or physically? They are making these rules, okay? This is not some sort of government mandate where when you buy something that you actually own it. No, this is the gaming industry saying, let me just make this shit up, you know? This isn't some sort of, oh yeah, well, you know, we'll put you in court if you don't give this sort of, you know, the whole stop killing games thing is so important right now. It's so important because this is one of the reasons that stop killing games is so important. You might think, well, they're not killing games. And I'm like, no, it doesn't matter. It's like they're intentionally killing the game industry by using this implementation to make people stay online perpetually, even if you were gone for 30 days. So now you're in this sort of perpetual sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? It's kind, you know how you've tried to avoid what's it called, like seasonal games or games that have dailies and weeklies and monthlies, you know, those sort of live service games. Well, guess what? PlayStation came out and said, boom, everything's a live service now. That's what they're doing. Offline functionality. If the console does not connect to the internet within 30 days, the license expires and the game may refuse to launch until your connection is restored. That's funny. I thought that shit was mine. No, by the way, license, not ownership, license. Everything's a license now. Primary console restrictions. Setting a console as primary does not bypass this 30-day requirement. Nope, it doesn't. I'll actually show you in a minute. The 30-day is a valid period and is not a sign of an account restriction or anything like that. That last line, even though this is AI, that last line is so fucking throwaway. You can just, it's basically saying like, I don't know, maybe you might own it tomorrow, maybe you might not. I don't know, who knows? I don't know if you're gonna own. I'm not saying that you're not gonna own your shit or anything. I don't know. Who knows? It's not anything crazy like we're gonna take all your shit. I'm not saying that. You see what I'm saying? And by the way, we'll show you the example right here. This gentleman shows right now.
And with one Phillips head screw, battery comes right up, and that should now have reset our licenses. So now I just need to turn the system on, leave it disconnected from the internet, and we'll see if we can load up any of those newer games. All right, back to the dashboard. The time you can see is all messed up. It's supposed to be just after
he's offline.
4 p.m. Eastern, and it thinks it's 7 o'clock. Yeah, you can see it's defaulted back to 2011, 12/31/2011, 7:01 p.m. Which, if I did connect to the internet, it would fix the date, the time, any of that. But with that in mind, let's see what happens here when we try to fire up Saint Slayer. And there you go. Can't use this content. Can't connect to the server. To verify your license, wait a while and then try again. Okay, so Saint Slayer does not work. Vampire Crawlers.
Nope.
Same deal. Can't use this content. Can't connect to the server to verify your license. Okay, wait a while and try again. With that in mind, Crimson Desert. Again, pick that up when it
all those locked icons. All those. As a matter of fact, let's do a whole thing. Let's see. Oh shit! It doesn't even matter whether or not it's locked or not. It doesn't matter if it's locked or not, or it requires, bro. It doesn't matter. Those locked icons don't matter anymore. None of this shit belongs to him anymore.
Player. And there you go. Can't use this content. Can't connect to the server. To verify your license, wait a while and then try again. Okay, so Saint Slayer does not work.
Try it again.
Vampire Crawlers. Same deal. Can't use this content. Can't connect to the server to verify your license. Okay, wait a while and try again.
Crimson Desert.
With that in mind, Crimson Desert, picked that up when it, once it came out, more than a month ago now. And we picked that guy. Yeah, looks like that one fires up no problem.
No, oh, that's why. That's why. Because Crimson Desert came out before the update. And if I remember correctly, based Crimson Desert, by the way. But the thing did say, thank you for your interest on the 30-day timer that is being applied to all new purchases. And this is being applied on March 2026. And I believe Pearl Abyss, Crimson Desert came out like a month ago, right? Really? Yeah. Yeah, it was March 19th, but it was before the update. Yeah. And the games that he was looking at are actually brand new. What day is Vampire Crawlers? Wait. Okay, so it was in between. So it was in between March 19th to April 21st. But it was within March. So we're talking, nobody knew about this. Nobody knew about nobody knew. Nobody knew. Until somebody was like, what the fuck is going on? So it was an accident. It was purely an accident. And so one of MGB's viewers contacted PlayStation supports about the 30-day DRM update with PlayStation 5. And let's read this here. Hey, it was never announced and no one agreed to have to check in every 30 days and not have offline access. That's true. It is not mentioned in the TOS. What did I say? They don't give a fuck. I told you. They don't care. They're just gonna throw random shit. This is why nobody reads the EULA. This is why nobody reads the EULA or the TOS on this shit, because they'll just throw shit on there. They'll just be like, oh shit, you're gonna own this game, and then tomorrow it's gonna be like, you own half of the game, and then the next day it's like, it's a run on a license. This is not some sort of, bro, they do this shit on purpose. And you want to know? Let's continue with this before I say what I'm about to say. When you purchase the games digitally, you should not have to authenticate every 30 days. We understand your concern on this matter. While there hasn't been a formal public announcement from PlayStation, this is an AI. The introduction of the 30-day DRM timer is meant to be a technical measure. Exactly, has not been an official announcement from Sony, and no one agreed to this time. Yeah, they don't give a fuck. You want to know why? You want to know why this is happening? You want to know why? It's because you didn't buy fucking Concord. You didn't buy Fair Games. What is that game? Nobody cares. You're not gonna buy Wife of War whenever that shit comes out. Stupid fucking name. You didn't buy Ghost of Yotei. You didn't buy, what else did you not buy? You didn't buy Marathon, that big lipped fucking ugly ass game. You didn't buy any of these games. You're not buying any of these live services. This is why they wanted to give you the PC gamers, the live service games, but not the PlayStation 1 player games. And we looked at that and said, nigga, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Who the fuck are you? I don't give a fuck. As soon as is it available? Hold on. The only thing that I care about. That's for something else. That's for something else. Yeah, it's not on there. Yeah, it's not on there. As soon as there's a port for God of War 1, 2, and 3, I don't give a fuck about any of this shit. Okay? As soon as there's a port on GOG of the old Uncharted games, where it was a white dude who wanted to, you know, excavate out there and then have a family, you know, a family of 4, I don't give a fuck what happens to PlayStation. You know, as soon as those older games comes out on a port or something with GOG or something, I don't care. I honestly do not care. And so let me read what Vera says. Vera says, we're going to go from just connect to the internet to verify your identity with the ID to keep your account in good standing very quickly. By the way, they use retinal scan. Bro, they want your information, bro. They want all that good shit. But they're not going to get it because you want to know the funny thing about all this shit is? They're doing this shit way too fucking early. Because Grand Theft Auto 6 is nowhere to be seen. The best way to fuck with people is to introduce this thing on the same month that GTA 6 comes out. And then people will be like, well, I don't care. I'm just going to play GTA 6 because that's what a normal person would do. But since people are going to know about this early before GTA 6, and there's no release date because it keeps on changing, people are going to be like, man, now now regular people are going to be like, well, there is going to be a GTA 6 that comes to PC, right? And then we're going to be like, yeah, you're just going to have to wait. Oh, okay, that's cool. And I'll be able to mod GTA 6? Hell yeah, brother. Okay, I never modded, but okay, well then fuck PlayStation. I'm gonna go over here and get myself a new PC. It'll take some time, but I can get myself a PC. Prices are starting to lower here real quick, but that's how people are gonna think now. Where people are gonna be like, a lot of people are gonna be like, fuck it, I'll just get fucked in the ass by Sony again because I like it that way. They're gonna see this DER, bro. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you. Hold on. So let me show you. Who did it? Where are you at? Please tell me you still got it. Please tell me who made the joke. Please. No, I saw it and wait, did I like it? I think yeah, there it is. There it is. This is the oh my god, thank god. It's like this is the PlayStation fans and how they're gonna tackle the DRM. This is the PlayStation fans. The PlayStation community getting ready to take the fight to Sony against DRM. This is how they're gonna take care of the DRMs. Be like, where's those DRMs at, Sony? And I'm just like, you're not gonna fight Sony. You've been living the Sony life for so long. You're not gonna fight Sony. I'm gonna take it straight to Sony. I'm gonna fight against them. And then they go inside that room where the CEO is or whoever the fuck, and they just start sitting on that dick. They just start riding that shit. I sure showed them. And I'm like, did they change their mind? What? Change their mind on what? What are you talking about? They're gonna be like, what? I was supposed to change his mind? What? I wasn't even thinking about it. You were just riding Sony's dick? You didn't even think about changing? It's like, I'm gonna go in there and show him a thing or two. And I'm like, all right, go in there. And then the Sony fans come out with their ass like fucking loaded, and you're just like, did you show him a thing or two? I sure did. Well, are we gonna get rid of DRM? The fuck is DRM? Dude. But seriously, this is what's gonna happen. And this guy's right though. No, it's right. There's too many normal people that will eat the slop. They will eat this slop up. But a lot of people will turn to PCs. That I guarantee you. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. Badass way to pump a tire if it were a woman doing it that way? Yeah, bro. Yeah, definitely. Oh my god. I saw this and I was like, yeah, they're not going to do anything. They're not going to fight it. The only way that you can fight this is by just not buying their shit. That's the only way. That's the only way. Only way. Okay. All right, here we go. Hey everybody, this is Mr. Hardcore Mode, where nothing is easy. Warriors and witches, how y'all doing? And God bless. We're here to talk about 007, The Last Light. We're gonna watch Dao Feng's video on The Last Light, and Last Light is gonna be a woke slop mess. I saw it from the very beginning when they started to race swap and fucking gender swap certain characters. And I saw the way the main character looks, 007, and I'm just like, this is not 007. This is not 100%. It is not. But since he's got all the information with us, we might as well listen to Dao Feng.
In December 2025, IO Interactive's narrative and cinematics director, Martin Emborg, sat down with Monstervine at the Game Awards.
These are the same people that did Hitman, by the way. I like Hitman, but not lately.
And was asked a straightforward question: whether Bond would retain his smooth-talking, womanizing edge in 007 First Light.
Well, okay. By the way, anything with a deluxe edition that looks like this, you know the game's gonna be trash.
His answer was telling. Bond has evolved through the decades, Emborg said, and the game will reflect modern values. Because the old school Bond persona would be...
I mean, I knew it, but goddamn, they just say it? Hold on, let me read
whether Bond Divine at the Game Awards.
Let's read it.
Was asked a straightforward question: whether Bond would retain his smooth-talking...
Bond is known for being smooth talker and at times womanizer. Will they be seeing the same side of him? Yeah, you will. But obviously not.
Womanizing edge in 007 First Light. His answer was telling. Bond has evolved through the decades, Emborg said, and the game will reflect modern values because the...
But you just said, yeah, you will, but... Well, what? Then why did you say but then? Then throw... Every time when somebody throws in the but, throw everything else out that was before the but. Throw everything else out. So they were just bullshit. So we don't have James Bond. Okay, gotcha. Understood. Another fucking company that doesn't know how to make... That walks into our favorite shit and fucks with it. Oh, that's great. Let's keep it up. Let's keep going.
Old school Bond persona would be...
So you don't like Bond. Say it.
Tone deaf in this day.
No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. You're just saying PR shit. Last time I checked, BlackRock just said, yeah, DEI didn't work, so we're backtracking. So who the fuck is he getting these? What? So you're being woke for free? Yeah, you'll obviously. Yeah, you will, but obviously not. Is what he should be saying. As they were saying on stage before, the character Bomb has evolved. That's not an evolution, that's a de-evolution, okay? That's a deconstruction. You're making a normal man now. Who the fuck are you making? He's evolved through the decade? No, you haven't. This is younger Bond. This is young James Bond. You just made young James Bond and you said he's evolved through the decades? No, he devolved. Okay? I liked the older James Bonds. Didn't James Bond slap a lot of bitches? Oh, that's why they don't. See, this is why they don't like Lara Croft. Because Lara Croft's out there just fucking kicking ass, looking hot. See, let me tell you something. There's two types of people that are fucking up the gaming industry. It is ugly women that see hot characters and then they're flustered and fucked up about it. Women. And then there's the fucking cuckold men, this guy, Mborg, who are just a bunch of fucking losers who think that, oh man, well, I'm being a good boy. No, you're a fucking cuck. If you had a heel on your head, you would put a ball gag in your mouth. That's the type of individual we're dealing with. It's not going to be your old school Bond, which would just be tone deaf. They always say the same shit. Always the same shit. He's a modern guy, so it's not James Bond. I was about to say so he's different, but no, it's just not James Bond then. It's just some regular fucking guy. So what did you add? I'm curious before we continue on with this. So he's just a normal guy. He's you. He's just a cuck with more hair.
He described their Bond as a modern guy. That alone might not have detonated anything, but then more interviews surfaced. Franchise art director Rasmus Poulsen, speaking at Gamescom, confirmed that IO had deliberately...
This screen right here is the most ugly thing I've ever fucking seen. First of all, you're gonna motion blur the shit out of somebody, and then you're just gonna put a bunch of whole fucking dots everywhere, and then, oh yeah, by the way, there's very thin letters down here that are not highlighted. They're kind of grayed out. That's so fun. I love having a blur vision looking every time, bro. Every single time it's the same ass shit where they're literally making another Hitman game, but it's with James Bond. So you don't know how to make anything else? Is that all you are? So it's like, oh yeah, I'm Hitman. I can see through walls and shit. Oh yeah, I'm James Bond. I can see through shit. What? Bro.
taken steps to move away from Bond's historically
What's with all the dots? What's with all the dots?
controversial traits.
I want us to read this. IO Interactive finally gave World a deep dive look at what they've been cooking up with the 007 First Light. But as the back end of August, select media were invited to see it early at Gamescom and also speak to some of the responsible for bringing this all new James Bond into our hands. Yeah, all new James Bond. Yeah, whatever. You're a fucking fag. During a lengthy discussion with Rasmus Poulsen, the franchise art director on 007 First Light, the discussion turned towards some of the more unsavory aspects of James Bond. So you don't like James Bond. So you don't like James Bond. You came over and you saw James Bond and you hated James Bond. That's what you... It's like primarily his alcoholism and womanizing traits, which is in recent years especially have drawn criticisms of being outdated. You guys are... Part of you are just a bunch... It sounds like you got a whole bunch of Frenchmen that are fucking gay. You got a whole bunch of British people that are just a bunch of cucks in IO Interactive, and a bunch of ugly women that don't like that don't like beautiful women. That's who you got. That's who you got. You got cucks, ugly people, and losers.
His drinking, his womanizing, his unapologetic dominance, and had instead orchestrated a version of these traits that we feel...
Wow, a girl with short hair like James Bond. Yeah, I didn't see that coming. By the way, can I talk to you something about these characters that I'm seeing before me? Every single fucking character that you see besides James Bond, because he's in the forefront. By the way, why the fuck are you blinding me with the lights? But anyway, I'm gonna ignore that. Why is every character the same fucking height? Like almost about this I see the one young lady right here, maybe a little bit shorter, but everyone is the same fucking height. Not only that, none of the characters pop out. I played Cyberpunk, okay? I played Cyberpunk 2077, and you would walk around and you would see a random person walking, and you're just like, he looks weird. He looks like he's high. He looks like he's on massive drug overdose. And then you see some random baddie out of nowhere, and you're just like, what the who the hell is that? She's hotter than Pan Am. But in this game, everybody looks dull.
Feels appropriate for us. In a separate conversation with Screen Rant, Poulsen...
That's a fucking bad. Hold on, I forgot to pull you up, chat. I apologize. Chat, I didn't forget about you. I'm sorry. Hold on. I'll put you up. Pull him up. I didn't forget you, chat. I promise. I'm gonna make myself a little bit better. Sorry. Yeah, that's a fucking man. Yeah, that's a fucking... Oh, she doesn't have any tits? Of course she doesn't have any tits. You can't have... You got her with the short hair. By the way, if you go back... Let me show you something. This bitch has short hair. And that bitch back there has short hair. And I think, no, there's just a lot of women with short hair with the same type of hairstyle. We're going to keep on going because I'm getting mad. All right. Mass Effect Andromeda looks better than this on character models. Oh my God. Oh, easy. Hold on. Back up. Too much. You're giving them too much credit there.
Feels appropriate for us. In a separate conversation with Screen Rant, Poulsen went further.
Why do you have these conversations with different names and stuff like this? Why don't you just have... Why do you have choices on this fucking shit? The illusion of fucking choices. Why do you... I hate this. I hate it when you have choices that don't do shit. You do not have choices with this James Bond game, okay? You either move forward or ask for a little bit of information. Why don't you just say the whole conversation, ask everything, and then move the thing along? Stop doing this whole, like Uncharted. Uncharted doesn't do that shit. They have conversations, and then they keep it pushing, just like this game should be. This whole idea that you're like, oh man, you get to choose what you get to talk about. Stop.
Specifically citing the treatment of women across earlier Bond films.
It was just as important for the team of IOI to also find the elements of Bond that they didn't want to bring to the forefront of their experience, which required looking at elements of the character that weren't feeling relevant to us. Stop with the relevancy shit. Just say you don't like it. Just quit being a little cuck, okay? Quit being a little bitch boy and just say what you mean to say. And exercising them. The Poulsen specifically cited the treatment of women in earlier incarnations of the characters. Just say that you don't want him to slap women because that hurts your fifis. I would have more respect for you if you just didn't lie. Okay?
And stating plainly that...
Also ESG scores. Okay, let's be honest. You want to know the reason they do not care about these characters, by the way. I want everybody to know they do not care about these characters. The only reason that they're going to certain specific games and characters is because they'll go to the most toxic, the most brazen, the most manly character, and they'll search for little DEI sort of bullshit to take away from them. They did that with Kratos. They're doing that with 007. Okay? They did that with Star Trek. They definitely did that shit with Doctor Who. They're doing that with fucking Lara Croft. They do not care about these characters, period. There's no like, ooh, icky. They see an ESG score, they fuck up the gamer. That's it.
Some of that has felt
money.
off.
Surprise, surprise, money fucks fucking greed again.
And that there are other aspects of older Bond
Also, what's up with her shoulder blades? What are we doing here? She ugly ass
that I would
bitch.
say don't feel like something we want to do now. Alongside this, Poulsen told Neon Lights Media that traditionally handsome is not something we want for their Bond, that they made him deliberately not too pretty because they wanted a human, not a doll.
What did I say? 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 They hate us because they ain't us. This is what we're talking about here. It's like, oh, I love James Bond, but I hate everything that he does or says or does. By the way, all these characters are so mute and so forgettable.
And Emborg, describing the women surrounding Bond in First Light, framed them as seasoned agents that will be running circles around him a little bit.
Oh, no. What you said?
Them as seasoned agents that will be running circles around.
What I think is so fun this time is that it's a Bond origin story. So you want to fuck him straight from birth, okay? So you really get to tag along as this young guy steps into this. I fucking hate this guy. You know, world of shadows or the world of espionage, bro. You would literally have Hitman, and you're just doing the same. You have the same game. But except James Bond, you haven't changed anything. If anything, you made a worse game. Everyone who's around him are these kind of old hands in this world, so he's really the one guy that's kind of like the new kid on the block. God damn, you should have been beat up at school. You didn't get beat up enough at school. And that goes for the women as well. So obviously we have Priyanka as M16. That was the dumbest decision they ever made. But he will also meet some women in the field who are these kind of seasoned agents that will be running circles around him a little bit. I hate feminism. And that's a lot of fun. Is it? Is it?
Him a little bit, positioning the protagonist as consistently outmaneuvered by the people around him, which he
Wait, why would you hire him then? I just thought about that. Wait a minute. Why the fuck would you then let the ladies do it? It doesn't even have to be James Bond. You're such a fucking retard. Then let the women do it if they're so great. Oh yeah, ESG scores. Gotcha. Money.
described as a lot of fun.
By the way, he's not even bad looking. Did they even try?
By the people around him, which he described as
He's just younger. He just doesn't even like. Did they even try?
a lot of fun. So, to summarize the creative direction in their own words, Bond is less attractive by design, less dominant relative to his supporting cast,
Oh, it's definitely going to be less dominant.
stripped of the traits the developers consider inappropriate, and rebuilt to reflect whatever modern values means to a Danish game studio in 2020.
Bro, Europe is surrounded by cucks. Oh, wait, Dana. Oh, Denmark? Oh, Copenhagen? Oh, yeah. Listen, over there, they're done. They're cooked. That area over there in Denmark, they're fucking done. Okay? All those areas, Netherlands, Norway, they're fucking cooked. They love being woke. That place is finite. Done. Okay? They keep on coming over and looking at us like, America. Yeah, America, TDS. And then I'm like, we're number one, bitch. You ain't shit. Denmark, Norway, all those other fucking places in Europe. You ain't shit, okay? You ain't shit. You ain't nothing. You ain't nothing. All this, by the way, you're taken from Britain, okay? James Bond is straight from Britain. Wait. Let me try to straighten this up. No, it is straight from Britain. Because before the games, there were the movies. So it is straight from Britain. So you're taken from Britain. I mean, a lot of fucking woke studios takes from American, like, fucking love stuff. Like, we're talking Spider-Man 2. Like, what the fuck, bro? What the fuck? What they did to Peter Parker was fucking disgusting. Hell, this character looks like fucking Peter Parker from Spider-Man 2.
25. And the moment fans raised an eyebrow at any of this, the gaming press did what the gaming press always does.
Yeah, nobody cares.
The Escapist published a piece the same week the controversy.
Escapist is a dead company with losers, okay? They have 1 million subscribers, and you mean to tell me that these videos that you're seeing that are from 2 years ago, like one of them has 80K views? What are we doing? As a matter of fact, let's check out the Escapist right now. Let's get an update on how the Escapist is doing, because last time I checked, a whole bunch of people left. Because listen, they're a bunch of losers. Okay, let's be straight on that. Bro, what the fuck, bro? Check this out. Where'd you go? Hold on. Check this out, bro. Yeah, you look like a cuck with those fucking blue and fucking pink light. Yeah, you all look like cucks. 33K views on a 1 million I'll just say 1 million. 1 million subscribers. Shadows of the Erdtree video that is 16,000. Wait, these are all from a year ago? Is this the latest? Bro. These are the... Bro, you're dead. You're dead. These are all from a year ago. You're dead. Holy shit, it's cooked. Yeah, it's gone. Yeah, they're gone. They're gone. Never mind. They don't exist. All those videos, even the most recent videos from a year ago, they're cooked. It's gone. Never mind. They don't exist.
Controversy broke, and the opening line called concerned fans Reddit Red Pill Incels. The subheading called them neckbeards. And the
Neckbeards, after what I just saw one of the Escapist people look like? That one neckbeard? It doesn't matter. Dead YouTube thing. But who are these?
The article described the entire discourse as a glimpse into a cesspool. And this is the part that genuinely fascinates me, because it exposes something these outlets never seem to recognize about themselves. The gaming audience is one of the most diverse, most global, most economically and ethnically varied entertainment.
Whoa. First of all, back up.
Diverse, most global.
Reports consistently show gaming as one of the broadest entertainment mediums. Global player base approximately 3.6 billion, and gender roughly. Sorry. This is all incorrect. There is not roughly 45% to 46% females playing video games. There's roughly 45 to 46% females playing fucking stupid card games and stupid shit on their phone playing video games. There's no real amount of gamers for women. They exist to be around maybe 20%. 20%. It's mostly men that play these games. Women are a very short bunch, and a lot of those women will just play stuff on their phone. A lot of women, I see them walking around on their phone, and they're definitely playing stupid fucking little junk games on their phone. Okay, the old ladies, all of them do. So this idea, they're counting games that aren't even fucking video games.
Most economically and ethnically varied entertainment demographics on the planet. Billions of people play games across every continent, every income bracket, every...
You don't have to prove this to anybody, dude, because it doesn't matter to these individuals. Because the only thing that they're out for is themselves. They don't care about anybody else. All they care about is themselves. I care about the gaming industry, but these people don't.
Cultural background. And yet, the moment a significant portion of that audience pushes back on an ideological creative direction, the journalists who spend their entire professional lives preaching diversity, inclusion, and respect for different perspectives,
they don't care about those things.
Immediately collapse into the most reductive stereotyping imaginable.
And guess what happens to those individuals, like the escapists? They die.
Everyone who disagrees is a neckbeard. Everyone who questions the direction is an incel. Everyone who doesn't share their worldview is a cesspool dweller. The hypocrisy is staggering. These are the same people who insist that representation matters, that every voice deserves respect, that dismissing someone's perspective based on identity is the...
What is the design of these characters, man? All of these characters, what engine are you using? I feel like we've gone backwards with character design. Like even Naughty Dog, in Naughty Dog, there was a party going on, or a rich, lavish party going on, and the characters that you walked around had more design to them. Even Cyberpunk did. These characters look like they just picked a character in the randomizer Unreal Engine, and they just said, "Yep, yeah, you're here." All these characters are so... I don't even feel like they're NPC. I feel like they're mannequins.
Cardinal sin of modern discourse. And then, the second a gamer with a different...
By the way, this is a lovely area, but this character's just walking around doing nothing. Is this your game?
...opinion opens their mouth. All of those principles evaporate. Rules for thee, not for me.
True.
It's the most transparent double standard in entertainment media, and it happens every single time, without fail. And just to be clear, because this always needs to be said, nobody here is advocating for toxicity toward women.
I'm advocating for it. I asked for 007. I want him to slap a bitch. What are you talking about? Maybe you don't. I want to see that shit. I want 100% James Bond. And you're giving me some guy named Fred. That's what I want. I want 100% James. If you cannot handle even a smidge of James Bond, then get the fuck out.
Nobody serious is asking for Bond to backhand someone across a hotel.
That's what we want. I want that shit. I want him to fuck somebody's bitch, and then he just plays it off and just leaves the hotel, and then he puts on a different tux, he puts a cigar in his mouth, talks to another bitch, slaps a bitch, and another thing that is a prime James Bond move is him drinking. Yo, martini, cocktail, martini, martinis.
That framing is a deliberate straw man, designed to avoid engaging with the actual argument. And the actual argument is philosophical, not behavioral. It's about worldview.
Yep.
Here is the worldview question that sits underneath every single one of these controversies. And it's one that almost nobody in games journalism is willing to articulate honestly.
What? I'm supposed to be listening to him. They're already showing it right now. Don't listen to him, but look at the cutscene. Do you notice anything wrong about this part right here? Watch this.
Here is the worldview question that sits underneath every single one of these controversies. And it's one that almost nobody in games journalism is willing to articulate honestly. Life.
What did you notice? Chat. It's on the quiz. What did you notice? What did you notice? What did you notice? Because I noticed, I know what it is. I'll give you guys a second. I'll give you guys I'll give you a second. There's two things. There's two things that I noticed in that whole cutscene. You know what? I'll tell you.
Behavioral. It's about worldview. Here,
James Bond looks like he's more urgent in the matter. And James Bond really doesn't do that so much. When James Bond looks urgent, it's very rare. It's like 30% of Bond is urgent, and like 70% is like him just being cool about it. Like he'll be in the thick of it and he'll be just smooth about it. That's him looking urgent. Look at the lady.
here is the worldview question that sits underneath every
She's being smooth about this whole thing. This ugly fucking bitch with the chinny chin.
single one of these controversies.
With the flat chest, by the way. All these women have flat chests.
And it's one that almost nobody in games journalism is willing to articulate.
And there it is. And there it is right there. She's handing James Bond his balls. That's what it is. She's handing James Bond his balls. Yo, fuck this game, bro. Are you serious? You don't think James Bond doesn't... You think James Bond doesn't have a pistol on him? Are you serious? He's just walking around without a weapon? Even if he went to an area that he's not supposed to have a gun, he would always find a way to put a gun somewhere. That is complete bull. You just have that short-haired bitch guiding James Bond around. You have this ugly bitch number 2, handing James Bond his balls. And this nigga's like, are you fucking serious? And that's my look. Like, all right, bitch, are you serious? Of course I would have a gun. A woman drove him, and a woman gave him his balls. that bro, I totally did not think about. You are so fucking snail. Snail is winning it. Snail is on it. I missed it. Give it up to Snail. There is no shot that James Bond would let a bitch ride the fast, nice car. No shot. He would drive. He'd be like driving like this, holding his gun. He's like, push the red button. I think some of his cars even had weapons on them or something like that, I think. Or like they would be bulletproof or something. There's a whole bunch of things. But he would always hold his gun and he'd be, or just like shoot or something like that. That's James Bond. Hell, if he had a third hand, he'd be drinking while he's driving. Bro, it was right in front of my... Thank you, Snail.
Life is inherently hierarchical. It is unequal, competitive.
It's supposed to be.
Stratified across every dimension of human experience. Socially, economically, politically, athletically, intellectually.
Critics argue that traditional masculinity embraces hierarchy through competition, status seeking, and competence displays provider protector roles. It's James Bond. Yeah, that's James Bond. The claim is used to suggest that that's men. Yeah, we're men. Like making Bond less commanding, reject the natural male-oriented try. So you're not making a James Bond movie. You're just making Fred the secret agent man.
It isn't a moral position. It's an observable reality. And every culture has had to develop a response to it. Every sports league on Earth is a hierarchy. Every classroom produces a distribution of performance. Every job market sorts candidates by competence. And every economy rewards some skills more than others. Not because someone designed it to be cruel, but because scarcity, talent, effort, and circumstance are distributed unevenly, and always have been. The Olympic Games don't hand out participation medals at the podium. Medical schools don't admit students by lottery. Air traffic control towers don't staff themselves on the basis of demographic representation.
He's right.
In every domain where the stakes are real, where lives or lives...
Yo, what is this area? What is this area? It's just, don't shoot the men. Yo, this ugly ass fucking game, and they're just forego shooting the enemy, just shoot the giant bombs that destroy, the giant red canisters that destroy everything. That is so fucking lazy.
Livelihoods depend on the outcome. Humanity defaults to hierarchy, because hierarchy is what emerges naturally when performance matters. And this isn't just an economic or athletic observation. It's a deeply social one. Every friend group has a natural leader. Every workplace has people who carry more weight than others.
I like the grapples, but that's it.
Every creative field produces a tiny...
Bro, just shoot the red shit. This whole area is nothing. This whole area does not exist. There are... Uncharted, because I'll always bring up Uncharted because Uncharted reminds me of James Bond because it's a cool looking dude. He's just out there doing his shit, but he'll go through some random acts and like just, you know, crazy shit will happen. Even on the lowest fucking settings or the lowest graphics, Uncharted was able to look absolutely beautiful. This area right here looks plain. The last Uncharted one, which I kind of like, even though people don't like, the last Uncharted one, when you're getting, when you're on the back of a giant truck in this muddy area, it looked beautiful. In this game, everything's just like, just shoot the giant bomb thing. Just shoot it. Like even that one you remember the giant plane thing? With Uncharted, that was fucking impressive. I think they're about to do it right now. It looks like you got to get in the plane.
Fraction of people whose work resonates with millions, and a vast majority whose work resonates with almost nobody.
Oh wow, just destroy all that.
Distribution isn't evidence of systemic injustice. It's evidence of the fundamental variance in human ability, discipline, timing, and luck.
That was easy.
You can find this uncomfortable. You can wish it were different. But you can't build a coherent worldview by pretending it isn't true. Because every attempt in history to forcibly flatten human hierarchy from
I mean, he's correct, but I'm looking at the gameplay as well while listening to him because I don't like the DEI frameworks. I don't like, but I'm looking at the gameplay, and even though I like the combos that he's pulling off, some of the moments to moment areas are way too sticky. Like it's too framey. What's the word I'm looking? Like the way he positions his gun on his chest and aims at it, it's too like static. It's just like it doesn't look like he's actually moving his arm. It just seems like, I don't know, man.
Soviet collectivism to Maoist cultural revolution has produced not equality, but a new and far more brutal hierarchy with ideology enforcers at the top.
Yep.
And everyone else crushed underneath.
Yep. Marxism, feminism.
So the question isn't whether hierarchy exists. The question is how you respond to it. There are fundamentally two responses. The first is aspirational resistance. You look at the hierarchy, you acknowledge its existence, and you compete. You refine yourself. You develop excellence. You climb. You celebrate the characters and stories that embody that climb, not because they're average, but precisely because they're exceptional. And their exceptionalism gives the rest of the culture something to orient itself toward, something to strive for, a vision of what a human being looks like when they refuse to accept their current position and instead become something greater. The second response is representational resistance. You look at the hierarchy, and instead of competing within it, you reject the hierarchy itself. You reframe excellence as exclusion, aspiration as privilege, competition as violence against those who can't or won't participate. Instead of raising yourself up, you demand that the structure be flattened until everyone occupies the same position.
And that'll never work because people have decided what exactly that they want. There's their whole modern audience idea. Who came up to Concord? No one. They've decided, oh shit, we could just make a DEI game with brand new characters, and they realized that they just lost $400 million at Sony. They tried to make their own DEI game, and they realized that they lost $400 million. That's a lot of fucking money. So now what they do is, or what they have been doing, is that they latch themselves onto something that you enjoy, especially when it's something based. And so they just like a fucking tick.
Force that flattening through cultural pressure,
What up, Craig?
through institutional capture, through the relentless insistence that every story must reflect the demographic and ideological composition of its audience, rather than challenge that audience to become something more. This second impulse, which originated as class struggle and has since mutated into identity struggle,
The shift from a traditional Marxist focus on class struggle, economic exploitation, to a focus on feminist and DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion, identity, politics occurred through a convergence of historical and theoretical and economic factors, often described as a move away from economic materialism toward cultural politics. This evolution was driven by the failure of the 1960s and 70s movements to achieve economic revolution. Actually, the best revolution. It didn't actually fail because it was the best. It's like, oh man, these areas failed. How? What do you mean? What do you mean? Everybody keeps on looking at the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s like, oh man, you guys could actually afford a house. Oh, you boomers were able to have a great life, and now you left us with this. Hello, you built this shit. You built this city. You built this shit, okay? This is not some sort... I hate that term where it's just like, well, you guys had it this way. No, it is your turn as a full-grown adult to change things to fit how you want to live. You want to be able to afford, to afford rent. You want to be able to have a house. You want to be able to have a car. You want to be able to have just one job. Just one job to live off of? Well, now's your chance to do that. But no, we're just gonna sit on our ass and be like, oh, well, we can't because you guys left us like this. Nigga, shut the fuck up. It's like, oh man, we're just gonna have to, we're just gonna have to do some Marxism and some fucking communist bullshit where we just tax the rich. And I'm like, so your idea of making things better in 2026 is to just steal. You couldn't think of anything else? You couldn't think of anything? Because stealing is short term, okay? And it doesn't really help anybody, especially people that have a job. Because if you steal, guess what? If you steal too much, guess what? The store closes, and then you wonder, oh shit, I need to afford groceries. That whole sort of lifestyle. Everybody's thinking, oh man, communist Marxism, it's gonna be great. Who gets the money? Nobody ever asks like, oh man, back then in the 1960s and 70s, you guys had it. Actually, everybody had opportunities. Everybody had fucking opportunities. And then Obama brought his black ass in here and then fucked everything up. But we had opportunities in the past, and then you had to fuck all that shit up with your fucking gender politics and your fucking fucking gay marriage and shit. You fucked it all up. You didn't focus on the economy. You didn't focus on investing. You didn't focus on like the future. You focused on politics. Because why? Because who fucking knows why? There's one of them is Orange Man bad, but that's the only. Everybody wants to fucking be a streamer now. I could talk about this all day, bro. I could talk about this all day. It's like, oh shit, feminism is gonna help us out. How's that going, bitch? Your pussy's so dry, I could fucking create sandpaper with this bitch. Okay? Now you're alone and a whore.
Struggle through the academic frameworks of the last 40 years.
Oh man, the boomers had it great. He's like, if only we could have those sort of great times. They kind of ruined it for us. Hey, I want to get married even though I'm gay. I want to destroy the church. I want to bring in illegals. I want to be a whore and have my body, my choice. Hashtag me too. I want to have all these fucking things. And then those people go like, oh yeah, honey, do whatever you want, whenever you want, go ahead. And then they look at us like, anyway, everything's your fault.
Is what people mean when they say woke. And it isn't simply about casting decisions or sensitivity in dialogue. It's a complete philosophical...
Now Star Wars sucks, and no, everybody's single, and bro, I could now Star Wars sucks. Women are out here being whores. People are trying to cut kids' dicks off, and you can't afford a house. Thank you, young people of 2026.
Reorientation. From a culture that celebrates the exceptional individual to one that views the exceptional individual with suspicion, as though excellence itself is an act of theft from someone more deserving. When
Someone more
Interactive says they've orchestrated Bond's traits to be appropriate, when they deliberately make him less attractive, less commanding, less competent relative to the women around him, when they call his classical persona tone deaf, they aren't just making a creative choice. They're making an ideological declaration. They're saying the aspirational framework is no longer acceptable and must be replaced with something more representative.
Accounting for inflation, you're right, Craig. I just want them to fix the fucking money. Yeah, very true.
More egalitarian, more modern. And that is a worldview I simply can't get behind.
That you're 100% correct, Craig. But I'm over here like, do you want to you want to focus? You want to pivot and focus and put your resources towards making sure that you have that lifestyle that was you know, that economic lifestyle that was in the 1960s. But everybody just complains. And I'm just like, stop complaining and do something about it. Put yourself in office. Do something, because, you know, build something. And I'm over here like, okay, it's like, now's your, I'm like, it's like, anyway, I'm going to go work at DoorDash now. And I'm like, bro, you're not going to change much if you just work at DoorDash. If you want the dollar to be to be worth it, you have to work at it. Stop steering people towards politics and steer them towards the economy. The funny thing is Trump is trying to help. I could talk about that shit all day. It's like, oh man, we're letting all these illegals in. He's like, I love that. He's like, nobody is illegal on stolen land. Huh? Why is the bread so expensive? And I'm like, I don't know, Diane. I don't know, Diane. Maybe it's all these illegals that are here. I'm just making it.
Growing up watching one of those movies on the couch, didn't matter if it was Bond in a tailored suit dismantling.
Yo, that's old school, bro. These are the Bonds games. Casino Royale was all right, but it was definitely, bro. We got some bangers up in here. I will listen. I know that they're saying like a 6.5. It doesn't matter. All these movies are bangers. Oh, bro, Die Another Day, bro. The world is not enough, bro. Golden Eye. Bro, the living we buy bro, Nightfire? Yeah, bro. These bro.
Over a game of poker, or Statham in a black t-shirt kicking his way through a warehouse, or Rocky getting back up off the canvas for the 4th time with blood in his eyes.
All
or
bangers.
Bruce Lee moving with a discipline so pure it didn't even look human. These movies were corny. They were over the top. Some of them were objectively ridiculous.
We didn't give a fuck. It was prime time, baby. You remember that time that Bruce Lee stepped on a nigga and was like, I was doing the same thing as a kid with my fucking SpongeBob underwear on. I was like, I stepped on my dad and I was like, bro, it was the best time. Now all these niggas out here coming up with stupid shit with movies and TV shows, and they try to be cool. Back then, that was the rule of cool. Now, it's like a bunch of fucking losers trying to be cool. You'll know the difference between somebody being like fucking like, oh man, it's like, this is kind of weird, but it's kind of funny and kind of cool. And then there's right now the stuff that we're getting lately, and we're just like, I don't want to watch. Perfect example would be like Daredevil Born Again, the new season. What the fuck, bro? What the fuck? Why is Kingpin in Marvel a fucking cuck? You know what I'm saying? It's cringe. There's cringe in 2026, but back then, bro, they were trying to be cool and they were cool, okay?
And none of that mattered, because sitting there as a kid, watching them, the takeaway was immediate and obvious. I want to be like that one day. That's what those films did. They transmitted a value system, not through lectures or messaging, but through the sheer magnetic
I
pull
love
of
Jason
competence
Statham
on display, passed down across generations, from fathers to sons, from uncles to nephews, in living rooms where nobody needed to explain the appeal, because the appeal was self-evident. Toughness, wit, sheer refusal to quit, composure under pressure, accountability for outcomes instead of excuses for failure, the discipline to sacrifice short-term comfort for long-term competence. These are the traits that hold families together, that build businesses from nothing, that keep someone functional when everything around them is falling apart. They're the difference between a person who collapses under adversity and a person who adapts, endures, and solves the problem. And for generations, the stories we told, the characters we celebrated, reinforced those traits as worth pursuing, as the foundation of a life that doesn't depend on anyone else's permission to succeed. You will never, in any universe, see James Bond or Jason Statham look at the sheer weight of the world bearing down on them, the odds, the enemies, the systems rigged against them, the entire hostile machinery of reality.
Very true.
And say, you know what we need? More representation and equality.
Exactly.
That thought doesn't exist in the aspirational framework, because the aspirational framework doesn't ask the world to accommodate you. It tells you to compete against the world and win. And that is the energy, the philosophy, the entire reason these characters became cultural icons in the first place. This growing trend in video games, this steady drift toward representational ideology, dressed up as creative evolution, is the one thing that genuinely turns me off from a game. More than bad graphics or clunky controls, or even a weak story.
There's uglier games with more masculinity than you'll ever see. Like there's just like many games out there that have lower graphics. We could go back to the older games of God of War. More masculinity out of that than the fucking new God of War.
Because it's the unmistakable feeling that the developers built something that mistakes weakness for virtue and dresses it up loud enough to pass as strength. And 007 First Light.
Oh, well, I have to let this guy know that they know this. They just don't care. They know this. They just don't care. They do not deserve 007 as a video game or anything. They just don't. They just don't.
Based on everything its own creators have said publicly, looks like it might be exactly that kind of game.
Well, anyway, that's a good video. It's quite informative, but I think what he needs to know is that the way they think and the way the IO Interactive thinks and the way we think, or the way he thinks, is completely different. Like, he's saying things in the way he's thinking things in the way of like, oh yeah, well, you know, we could talk them into making a better game. There's no talking to these people. There's none. It's like, oh man, well here's the thing. You mistake masculinity as some bad virtue or so, or you don't understand James Bond. They know that. They know that. That's why they came over here and fucked it up. They're not real fans. They're not. As a matter of fact, they're not really Hitman fans either. Hitman used to be real good back in the day. Now it's just a fucking... What is it? What is it, honestly? Anyway, I haven't played a good Hitman game in years. We're not gonna get a new James Bond game in a while. We'll just go back to playing GoldenEye on our N64. You know, you could... I think the old GoldenEye is actually available on like some websites or something like that. Bro, hold on. Give me a second. No fucking way. No fucking way. Woo! Woo! Yeah, just get this game. Just get this game, bro. Just get this game. All right? Just get this game. Forget this music. Hold on. We'll do a little bit of it. We'll do it. We'll do a little bit. All right? This is the game you need. That's the James Bond that we want. That's the one we want. That's the James Bond I know. That's the one I know. That's the only one you need. That's the only one you need. That's all. You don't need all this. You don't need all this. Oh my God. Bro, that's the only one you need. That's the only one you need. Oh my God, that was a banger one. I'm probably gonna get it copyrighted for that, but who cares? Am I even getting... I haven't gotten a... No, I haven't gotten a super chat in a long time, so I don't really care about monetization. I don't really care. We're all broke. Keep your money. I just do it for the love of the game. Besides, what happens if my channel grows? Bro, what if my channel grows and I can't say the F word anymore? Oh. I'll still say it. Hey, Hey everybody, this is Mr. Hardcore Mode, where nothing is easy. Warriors and witches, how y'all doing? And God bless. We are here to watch the Blood of the Dawnwalker sort of release, sort of, you know, development studio thing going on right now. We're gonna go ahead and check it out and see what little tidbits we can get. This is on 4K. Can we do it on 4K? Chat. 1440p. Let's do it.
Peggy 18.
Peggy 18.
I want you to watch.
Oh shit, baddies.
Every story begins somewhere.
It's a world that stays with you.
What did you do to me?
Ooh. It sort of needs help with the frames a little bit. Yeah, the frames are a little bit off. Is it too loud?
Hi everyone, and welcome to the Blood of Dawnwalker's most important stream today.
Smash.
My name is Dominika, and I'm the community lead here at Rebel Wolves, and I'm joined by my wonderful co-host, a streamer, YouTuber, and content creator, Lionheart.
Get him out of here. Nobody cares about streamers, including me.
Thank you so much, Dominika, and hello everybody. It is so nice to be back here at the Rebel Wolf studio, especially as we have so many amazing things to share with everyone today.
Oh, we do have so many. It's finally time to share more light on the release of the game, and yeah, I cannot wait to see everyone's reactions.
Speaking of everyone, of course, that means you at home. We want to start with a huge thank you for joining us while we're streaming today, and for those of you that are co-streaming to your own communities. We really appreciate it. But before we get into what's coming today, there is a chance that it might be some people's first time at a Blood of Dawnwalker stream. So, Dominika, can you tell us what the Blood of Dawnwalker is all about?
Yes, of course, the Blood of Dawnwalker is the first chapter of a brand new RPG saga created by us here at Rebels. It's a dark fantasy, narrative-driven, epic adventure set in medieval Europe with a supernatural twist. So you can expect some meaningful stories, a rich open world, tough choices to make, strong characters, and of course, vampires and other creatures.
Combat. Combat. Gameplay. I know the narrative is part of the gameplay, but combat. I like loot and I like killing. I'll be honest, choices lately when it comes to video games are kind of easy. If somebody annoys me, I kill them. If they don't annoy me, I don't kill them yet. Those are the only choices that I get in video games lately. Okay? It's like, okay. So show me the combat. Let's see what we got.
Of the night lurking in the shadows.
Well, they're always lurking, those creatures of the night, but how about we give you that quick overview of what's happening on today's stream? We're going to start off with some brand new gameplay footage, right?
That's right. A first look at some brand new footage, focusing on the many cool features waiting for you in the open world of the Blood of Dawnwalker. Everything recorded in engine, on PC, on the latest build, and we're really excited to show you how far the game has come as we're getting ready for the launch.
Well, speaking of getting ready for the launch, there is a big thing that you're going to need, and we are going to share with you the next content. It is a story trailer for the Blood of Dawnwalker, and it does include one very vital piece of information, right?
Yes, the one thing that I know everyone here is waiting for, the release date. I just need to keep my lips sealed for a few more minutes, and then it's finally all out in the open. We won't be keeping you in uncertainty until the end of the stream.
No, we won't tease you forever, but you may think that's already a lot. We have even more coming your way. We're going to be talking about the tech requirements for playing and having some of the Rebel Wolves devs dive deeper into the open world of the game too. But I mean, it wouldn't be a Dawnwalker stream if we didn't have one of those special music performances, right?
Yes, and some surprises, maybe some behind-the-scenes action as well.
Yes, that video is really cool. You definitely want to stick around to the end, but I'm not going to spoil a single bit of it. We're also going to be taking a look inside the box of the Blood of Dawnwalker, including the collector's edition of the game.
Oh, you already got the collection shit ready? Oh, this game's coming out like this this year.
Game as well.
That's a lot of exciting stuff. We have been so looking forward to sharing with you. So let's not prolong the intro anymore. Let's jump straight into our newest gameplay video. Enjoy.
Finally. If they started off with music, I was going to skip
18.
it.
Hi, my name is Ariana Siarkiewicz, and I'm one of the writers at Rebel Wolves. Over the past few months, we've shared quite a lot about the game's story. Today, we'll give you a...
I'm getting a mod to take all this shit off my fucking screen. Especially that thing on the top. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm making the top right thing with the whole Dawn thing in the quests. I'm making that fade in and then fade out on certain important intervals. I'm just saying, bro. It's too much shit.
glimpse of the activities our human by day, vampire by night protagonist Cohen can take on while exploring the open world.
That's so cool. A lot of people that are sword enthusiasts are not gonna like that sword on the ass.
We start at night in our vampiric form, heading toward a vantage point to get a better sense of our surroundings. Reaching a vantage point reveals nearby opportunities and helps us plan our next steps.
Just gorgeous. Few brave these woods. Folks say they're chock full of monsters. Village of Malagir. Codrin's family's land. Malagir Monastery. Its best days are long behind it. I don't think I'll find anything else here.
I like the voice actor. Not bad.
Let's open them up and check nearby points of interest. Some are tied to Brensis's officers. More on them shortly. Others,
What?
hidden mystery.
I'm sorry.
Officers.
Brensis's officers. Oh, that's the main antagonist. I thought the main character.
More on them shortly. Others, the hidden mysteries, haunted sites, and shrines used for fast travel, which can also serve as quest objectives. Let's mark one and head there.
Not bad. I like the
Early
armor.
in the game, we can unlock a perk that allows us to transform into a wolf and move faster at night.
Ooh.
It's quicker and more agile.
V
though it
Rising
comes
said
with
what?
some limitations. There's also a daytime equivalent, but more on that later.
You need to work on that animation on that wolf. I listen, I got dogs. I don't remember. Okay, let's keep going.
What was that? Is someone in trouble?
It looks like we've come across a group in need of help. Whether we intervene is up to us, and both choices can lead to unexpected outcomes. We began with
They're not
death
gonna
from
like
above,
you biting them.
allowing us to quickly eliminate an unsuspecting enemy and gain the upper hand from the start. We have incorporated community feedback, and now there is no need to open the skill wheel to select a
Thank
previously
you.
assigned ability.
Thank
Instead,
you.
we can use quick selection.
Yes, a
Thought I
quick
was
soul.
done for. Done for.
So did I, to be fair. Wasn't sure I'd get you out of this in time.
But you did. Bless you. Bless you.
His eyes are glowing and he just did all that vampire shit. And she's just like, thanks for the help. Time to go. Before he starts asking for my blood. Just play it off.
For now, we need to recover. As a vampire, we restore health by feeding. Human blood is most effective, but in this case, we rely on animals. It's less efficient, but it will do. Feeding increases our corruption level. It's shown next to the health bar at the bottom of the screen.
Corruption
The higher
rises?
corruption level, the more vampiric perks are unlocked for purchase. Nearby points of interest.
I love the fact that they have called it corruption, because I think if you heighten your vampirism, you'll change. So they don't make vampirism into something where it's just like, oh, I'm a vampire, I glow, ha ha ha. No, they make vampirism, like they literally label vampirism as corrupted, evil, demonic. That's good.
Are marked on the map and indicated on the compass at the top of the screen. Let's head to the shrine. Here's the shrine. Damaged, so we can't use it yet.
Desecrated. Looks like the shrine's missing its heart. But maybe I could restore it.
A heart?
The tracks, they're fresh.
Didn't you do this in
There's
Witcher?
a trail nearby.
Didn't
Let's
you?
follow it.
Didn't you do this in Witcher? You can't get the Witcher out of the...
A group of
All right.
Princess's soldiers has set up camp. Let's clear them out. Voracious Bite allows us to drink blood from an unsuspecting enemy and gain the upper hand at the beginning of combat.
Oh, you
But
can
we're
get
not
hit
able
while
to
you do that.
train this enemy
Nice.
fully, as his comrades quickly come to his aid.
I like the claw attacks. See, I like the dismemberment, but here's the problem though. There's too much shaking when it comes to impacting with the enemy. You're shaking the camera way too much. Watch how the camera acts every time when there's a reaction between an enemy.
We use Piercing Shriek to briefly stun the weaker opponent, giving us an opportunity to take on his commander.
See?
When an enemy blocks and interrupts our attack chain, we can use...
You see that? I'd take that off right now. For two things. Back up the camera about 10%, maybe 15%, and stop the camera shaking every time when you react.
Charge to prevent a counterattack. Voracious Bite can also be used during combat as an active perk, allowing us to regenerate some health.
Nice.
Hope word of this reaches your master.
Nice. It's much
With
better
the camp
though.
destroyed, our infamy increases. More about this in a moment.
Princess will soon learn of your deeds.
Let's collect our loot. We found the shrine's missing heart, along with a manual that unlocks a new perk.
Is that what I think it is? Is that an encumbrance? Why is there encumbrance? Is that's a consumable? Nice.
Precision. Let's open our inventory and head to the recipes tab. As I mentioned,
I've been spoiled with KCD 2 and KCD 1 and all these other games. There's so many other developers out there, including indie developers, that do better character sheets or inventory sheets or windows. This is so bare bones. Like, you couldn't think of anything cooler than this right here. You couldn't think of anything else. Like, I still think about, I like CD Projekt's Red's screen too, with the whole red and blue and black. Uh-oh.
the manual unlocks a new perk
All right.
called Precision.
Oh, I'll be
Once
talking
you
about
read
this all day.
It becomes available in the character tab. Let's go there. The exclamation mark indicates that a new perk is available.
I feel like I've seen the same. I feel like I've seen this before. Like, didn't Black Myth Wukong have this same skill window with the circles? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. Let me see. I feel like I've seen this so many times. Yeah, I feel like I see this so many times. the same. Everything's the same. Everything's the same. Everything. I mean, I get it. I mean, what else are you supposed to do? But you remember Final Fantasy 12? Like, Final Fantasy 12 has like this cool ass window. Even with Final Fantasy 16, they have a skill tree window and it looks so cool. This one's just like, whatever, here you go.
But we can't purchase it yet. Perks can only be acquired at a shrine by spending experience points, which are earned by completing objectives. And since we've just finished one, we should be good to go. We've also found the shrine's missing heart, so we can now fix it. Let's head back.
Is it an actual heart? Oh, it increases time.
You're welcome.
With the heart restored, the shrine is rebuilt. We can now use it. Let's start with the perks menu. In the Swordmaster abilities, we find Precision, now available for purchase. As you can see, it costs both experience points and a time segment, indicated by the hourglass icon. Let's learn it. Now let's take a look at the Vrakiri perks. With our corruption level increased and another experience point available, we can unlock new abilities, again marked with an exclamation point. The corruption level required to purchase a perk is indicated in the tooltip on the right side of the screen. Let's purchase one.
So some abilities require the corruption from vampirism and some of them don't, which is kind of interesting. The sword mastery, the witchcraft, the vampirism. Witchcraft, what the fuck? Oh shit, that's some devilry shit. What are we doing? So the time and advance, does the time advance when you're getting your skills up? Is that what's on the bottom right of the screen? Hold up. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. That symbol right there. It does.
Time passes as we acquire new perks. The night comes to an end, the sun rises, and a new day begins. Along with a new edict.
So you can fail a mission because you're out there trying to fucking... Because there's going to be timed missions because everything's based off of the time meter. So you're going to fail a mission because your ass is out there training and shit. It's like, yo, can you help me save my daughter from these bandits? Yes, I can. Just give me a second. I'm trying to learn this new move. And then a whole day passes by. He's like, they killed my daughter. It's like, oh shit. I had this crazy cool move I could have used on the bandits, but I came to Scryer.
Edicts are tied to the infamy system we mentioned earlier. Several have already been proclaimed since the start of our journey. The higher our infamy, the harsher the edicts, and the more challenging the world becomes. It's a sign that Brensis is vigilant and reacts to our actions in Vale Sangora. Infamy reflects how much we disrupt the operations of Brensis's followers. Let's take a closer look at one of his officers, Ambrose. In the right corner of the screen, we can see his level of aggression towards us. When it reaches its peak, a new questline is unlocked, influencing the story and shaping our future confrontation with Brensis. As you can see, multiple open-world activities are tied to Ambrose, all connected to his operations.
This is kind of interesting.
Let's go back to the map to mark one of them.
I hate this screen though, because it's just so bare bones. But this is interesting. You know what they could have done? You know what they could have done on this screen? They could have made this thing an entire map with different little trinkets and like sort of like a pop-up book or like a chessboard, and each one of these characters could have been like a really nice chess piece of Brensis, Xanthe, and Ambrys, and Bakir, and like each one of those would like react depending on what is going on with your infamy. That would have been a way better screen. But we just got this. I'm just shooting ideas, okay? All right, listen, I'm the idea guy. All right.
And then let's head there.
Love the game. Beautiful.
We've arrived near one of Ambrys's warehouses, storing blood supplies.
They need to work on the frames, though.
Killed.
Go back where you came from.
I don't...
Time to restore the order.
Charge is an ability shared between human and vampire forms. This enemy was weak enough to stun them with it.
Yeah, too much shaking. I would reduce the shaking by 50%.
The Rakiri store blood in places like this. Ambrys is responsible for keeping it safe. Oh, but
What's
we're
that?
not going to make his job any easier. Another group of soldiers stands in our way. We open with Broad Swing to weaken as many opponents as possible. Then follow up with Burning Blood, which briefly staggers the enemy and applies a damage over time.
Must be witchcraft or something.
What do we have here?
The prisoner's fate is grim. Their blood is drained, then stored in places like this, where it
This is really cool, but they need to reduce the amount of icons that are happening during the gameplay. And also another thing, take off the HP bars that are on top of their heads. Get rid of that shit. Throw that shit out. I hope there's accessibility for this game to throw out those bars on the top. And also all those markers that are around. Only have a marker for the enemy that you're pointing towards.
waste distribution to Brensis and his officers.
Oh, you can collect the barrels. You ain't gonna like that.
Feels nice. Hitting them where it hurts.
Time is definitely a currency in this game.
With the supplies destroyed, our infamy rises again. We've disrupted Ambrys's operations enough for now. Let's move on to another point of interest, a haunted site. Earlier we showed you how we can move faster at night by transforming into a wolf.
We don't need no
to
horse.
increase our speed during the day, we can unlock a hex called Mercurial Fervor. Haunted sites are only accessible during the day, as they require blood magic, unavailable in vampiric form. Defeating them strengthens our magical abilities, but also puts our combat skills to the test.
Interesting.
The spirits here are restless. Perhaps I could help them somehow.
Set them free, brother. Bro, this PlayStation DRM shit is really pissing me off. I bet, Grizzly Bear. I bet. Ooh.
All of the enemies are nicely grouped together. It's a perfect opportunity to use Ravenous Flock.
Nice.
A perk that damages opponents in an area twice. First on activation, and then in the follow-up attack.
Rest up.
What was that? What was
the
that?
enemies are defeated, so let's collect our loot.
Oh, you're not gonna talk about that? All right.
These haunted sites may reward us with ancient texts, allowing Cohen to become an even more powerful wielder of magic. And that's just a brief look at open world activities. Many more await, often tying back to the main objective and opening up new storylines along the way.
It's crazy. You play Crimson Desert and every other game looks small. You play so much Crimson Desert, every other game looks small. Because they are.
Welcome back, everybody, and I am so excited that you finally got to see more of the game's open world. All those little flavors that you've just got to see, whether that's the shrines that you now know about or the vistas that open up areas on the map, it is so cool. And that Brent's click also, the quests that they have out in the world are going to impact things.
Yes, yes. Everything you do in the open world influences the story, your story. So you can work your way into breaking up Brent's network of allies if you want. It comes with some risks, but also, you know, might offer some interesting rewards. So you'll need to decide how to approach that.
Well, I love it when my decisions actually make an impact in a game. I mean, to ruffle their feathers or to...
Crimson Desert destroyed the open world genre. Feel bad for the smaller ones like this. I wouldn't say destroyed. I would say open the eyes to people that are creative. However, if you're something like Bethesda, oh yeah, they whipped your ass. If anything, I think the people of Rebel Wolves learned something from Crimson Desert.
Not ruffle their feathers.
I would believe so.
Is the question. And yes, I probably could be more English, thank you for checking. But one thing I did see in there, more important than my Shakespearean skills, Cohen can turn into a wolf. How cool's that?
I know, right? It is our nod to the original Dracula novel and to our team, of course, our wolf pack.
That makes sense. I mean, I now understand why there isn't a horse, and it's great to see a nod to the wolf pack as well. But it isn't the only ability we just got a glimpse of. We saw different vampiric and magical abilities that players can use as well.
Wolfheart's gonna like that.
Many of them can be discovered by exploring hidden, mysterious places, finding forgotten books. You can uncover the lost past, learn its secrets, and use those secrets to your advantage.
I really love that the system isn't linear. When you're learning skills, it isn't just get experience, get skill point. I'm going to be rewarded for exploring the world. That feels so cool. I can't wait to go all over Vale Sangora and try and find every single one of them.
Well, I know you will be doing that, I know. And it is fun, trust me. Anyway, I think it is time for the most important part of today's stream, the Blood of Dawnwalker story trailer.
Oh shit, trailer. Oh shit, here we go.
Peggy 18.
Oh, somebody was fucking.
Cohen!
I want you to watch.
What did you do to me?
Wait, they already killed your family at the beginning of the game?
Where are they? Where are my family?
Jesus. The coronation. It's in 30 days.
Smash.
Princess wants to be a prince now. And mark the occasion with my family's blood.
I thought your family just got killed.
Shreds. There might be another way. If you are to stand a chance, you need to prepare. You need to take risks. Find allies.
I have no love for Princess's regime. He is a vile monster.
Some have already taken up arms, haven't they?
A Vrakir joining the rebellion? Are you serious? What on earth are you?
It's as if the Vrakir in you is dormant during the day and awakens with nightfall. You're not the only one wanting to see Brent's turn to ash. We're in for a rough time. Follow me and do your best to survive. It's easy to go a step too far. Go down a path you can't turn back from.
Oh shit.
I think it's high time you tell me what the hell is going on.
Oh, you could turn on your own allies.
It's every man for himself.
As I see it, we're both far beyond redemption. Doesn't mean we should kill people on a whim.
Oh.
I'm just trying to save my family. Good. Bad. Fairy tales. People tell themselves to preserve their sanity.
That's not true. But that's what a bad guy would say. Yo, this is yo, hey, September, it's bro!
We're back and we've got the release date.
We have the release date, September 3rd. Mark your calendars. It's only 4 months away.
4 months is not a long time. It's going to be here before we know it.
Jesus.
And that trailer,
that is
was
close.
Absolutely packed. I can already imagine everybody screenshotting, going over and analyzing it on Discord and Reddit. I can't wait to read through those later.
There is a lot to unpack there, that's true. And our devs will actually...
Why the fuck do I want to go to Reddit? Why the fuck do I want to go to Reddit? I ain't going to Reddit. But there are some difficult choices you could tell in the story trailer. There's some baddies up in there. That's pretty cool. The story looks very interesting antagonist. I don't know so much about the main character. The main character doesn't really pull out too much, but he is a average farm boy, you could tell. But it does seem like there's a love interest as well. There also is choices and you know, there is a possibility that the people that you join with are, you know, not exactly who they seem. So that's actually kind of interesting. And who was that big guy with the horns? That was kind of interesting. Where's my family? Not where are my family? Oh, well, it looked like the beginning of the game, and they just killed his family, and I'm like, well, then what the fuck here? It's like, what's the point of the timer with the coronation? And I'm like, oh, it looks like it's the beginning of the game, or maybe that was a dream sequence. It could have been a dream sequence. I don't know. Looking at this trailer, it's clear the gameplay is not going to carry this game. It needs story to be a big hit. Yeah, but I want gameplay. I want gameplay.
Dive a bit deeper into it in a moment as well.
Fair enough. Well, I won't steal their thunder. Remember, that release date is September 3rd, 2026. Don't forget it.
Otherwise, why the fuck are you collecting loot? Then just take loot out of the picture.
Write it down. But we have some more information that you might need that you've been waiting for, and that is the technical requirements.
Let's do that. Let's put up that nice infographic made by Mateusz, our amazing graphic designer, and show it to everyone. Okay, so you can see the minimum requirements. That's everything you need to run the Blood of Dawnwalker on your PC. The recommended requirements that we feel will provide you with a great experience.
Bullshit. Fucking bullshit. This is bullshit. I've played Crimson Desert, and I don't need all this shit. There's better graphics in Crimson Desert, and it's a bigger game. I do not, bro. A 40, you need, you do not see what they fucking do all the damn time, where they keep on moving it to like, ah, yes, you're going to need the best CPU and GPU. And I'm like, calm the fuck down. Calm the fuck down. Bro. What is this? You what the fuck? A 4070 Ti? Not everybody has a 4070 Ti. It's like maybe a 6800 XT, but not that much people have that. What, a 5060? Bro, you do not need a 5060 for the recommended for a native. Oh, it's all native. You know what? First of all, a lot of developers are not fucking optimizing their game. That's one thing, but I'll give it to them. At least they put the native on there. What they do need to do is put native in parentheses with giant red lettering. They need to do that. Put giant red lettering of native on there. If you're talking about DLSS, like fucking like DLSS or AMD or FSR or something like that, yeah. But if we're talking about native, bro, you do not need a Jeep, bro. Where is all this fucking energy coming from? What you are sucking up some CPU shit here. It's like, oh yeah, across the board, pretty much you'll need the best AMD Ryzen. Across the board. Jesus. Wait. Hold on. You go from a 1080p native 60 frames with an RTX 5060 and then a native 1440p with 60 frames with a RTX 4080. What are we doing? What are we doing? So do we need a 50 series or do we not? You do realize that you're fucking up here, right? If you just come out and say, bro, you're going to need the most expensive card, you're going to scare people away. You're going to scare people away, bro. I like how the lowest settings on minimum 1080p 30 frames, you go straight down to GTX 1070 or an RTX 3050. Right after that, they're like, so at the minimum, they're like, at minimum, you'll need a 1070 GTX, and then you'll get native 1080p 30 frames. After that, you're going to need a 50 series card. And I'm like, holy shit. Holy, the jump. The fucking jump. You know what I mean? The giant jump. It's like, all right, on the lowest minimum settings, you're gonna need on native. You're gonna get with a GTX 1070. You're gonna get native 1080p 30 frames. Oh well, I got something better than the GTX 1070. Okay, that's fine. That's easy. I got something better than that. Right after that, you're gonna need a 60. What the fuck? I don't have a 50. How much is a 5060? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Anyway, if you want to go up to Ultra, you're gonna need a 5090. Jesus Christ! What the fuck? It's like going from easy mode on a video game and saying it's too easy, and then you go to normal mode and they whip your fucking ass in the game. Easy mode and normal mode are so far apart. That's basically what this is. I don't want Weenie Hut Jr. I can handle this. And then you go to normal mode and you get one shot. This is what this is. How much, bro? How much? I'm curious. Tell me how much 5060s are. I want to know. I want to know. Like a. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's see. We'll do a TI. Yeah, sure. D60 $600 for a 16 gigabyte one. Oh, the prices are getting reduced. Huh. What, did AI not work? Hold on. How much are VRAMs? I'm looking at these prices on the 50 series and I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? Did the prices get reduced? VRAM, like, not VRAM, but regular RAM. I would say like, yeah, let's go. Oh God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Jesus! Okay. Yeah, okay. Don't. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. Okay, don't touch those. Oh my. Hey, you're gonna get $7 off. Yeah, yeah. No. Sorry, I looked at the RAM. The GPUs seem to be just fine. How much is a 5090? I'm so curious about the 5090s. 5090s. AMD is probably just fine. No. Graphics card. I'm so curious. Get one at Best Buy? Nope. No. Yeah, no. Yeah, that's 4,000. That's 4,000. That's 4,500. That's 4,000. All right. Let's go to the 4070s. Let's go to 40. Jesus. 4070s. Okay, this one's around $600. And then it jumps out of nowhere. Well, if you want that one, the Founders one, it's always going to be more. The Founders edition, yeah, it's always going to be more. That's 12 gigabytes. That's not going to do it. You always want 12 gigabytes or 16 gigabytes. Some of these are 1,000, some of these are 500, but most of them are 1,000. Yeah, you're asking for blood money. So I'm so curious. How much is yeah. Oh fuck. What the fuck? Ignore the feet. It never happened. What happened to my screen? What? Hold on, let me get it back up. Don't worry, the feet were for free. I was being nice. Guys.
Waiting for, and that is the technical requirements.
Let's do that.
eBay for 4070 Ti for eBay? I'm curious. How much? I like how I have a button on my keyboard that says turn everything off. And then take me to...
Put up that nice infographic made by Mateusz, our amazing graphic designer, and show it to everyone. Okay, so you can see the minimum requirements. That's everything you need to run the Blood of Dawnwalker on your PC. The recommended requirements that we feel will provide you with a great
4070 Ti is decent.
Ultra for the highest settings.
Of course, and we still have so many other important things to share with you as well, including the contents of the different game editions, but before we do that, I know you want to hear more from those Rebel Wolves devs, so we're going to see where they're exploring today.
Yes, let's give the floor to Daria Berizavada, our lead gameplay animator, and Piotr Kucharski.
Yeah, they'll use DLSS and FSR.
What you, as a player, can expect to see and do in the open world of Sangora.
Ah, but it's not just them, right?
There's also Dorota Rutkowska, our producer, and Maciej Wiśniewski, senior level designer, who will give you a bit more insight into how that open world came to life. Okay, guys, take it away.
story begins somewhere.
Yo, get this devilry out of my face.
And this time, we wanted to take you on a journey to one of the places that inspired us while creating the world of the Dawnwalker.
That's a huge bitch.
The majestic Polish mountains.
There is something about this place, its scale and freedom, that makes me think that this is the best spot to talk about our open world.
Yeah, totally. And you can feel a very similar feeling while walking through Velsangora, because you can feel the grandeur of the mountains, right?
Of course, and you know, when creating the world, we wanted to make it as familiar as possible, but also distinct. So, you know, the players could really admire it. There is the beauty, and underneath the beauty, there is life, there are mysteries, and of course, there are hidden.
Crimson Desert has so much to offer and so much to give, and it's definitely a Game of the Year contender along with Resident Evil 9. And I think Blood of the Dawnwalker is a good game as well. Also run by also published by a Chinese publisher, by the way. But don't think anything little of this, because I think for Game of the Year nomination, Resident Evil Requiem, Blood of the Dawnwalker, and Crimson Desert all should be recognized and be nominated and win something for Game of the Year. 100%. At this point, if any one of those three games, or even some of these smaller games that are well known, Mouse PI should be out there. Mouse PI is a great game. I think Replace should be known for something as well. I think there should be an early access sort of nomination as well, instead of that accessibility bullshit or games for impact. Take all that shit out. I think early access, best early access should be in there instead. But definitely all those games should be recognized for something. I know Blood of the Dawnwalker has not come out yet, but I think this game has something to offer. However, I want Crimson Desert to be known for something. They need some acknowledgement. Even though the journalists own 90% of the vote.
So day and night, just like playing as a vampire or a human, they both offer engaging experiences, but ones that will differ. So we will meet different creatures, different challenges, and of course there will be different opportunities waiting for you.
Yeah, but there's something to be found pretty much everywhere, right?
You bet. And what I, as a writer, really love about our open world is that it is equally supported both by lore and gameplay. So there is an explanation behind everything that you will see. For example, there are those little shrines next to the road.
Whoa.
And of course,
whoa. I just thought about something. Is the new Metro game going to be coming out this year too? Metro? Oh shit. Metro 2039 release date? No. Fuck, you can't spell. You can't spell because you're an idiot. Winter 2026, bro, winter 26. Oh my gosh, it's scheduled. Hopefully they get enough time. I think they will, bro. The lineup for Game of the Year is gonna be so great. Oh my gosh, I don't care who wins, bro. They're all gonna be great games.
Explanation behind them. They were erected to resemble branches.
They're gonna bring up Hades 2 a second time.
To strengthen the perception of him as the Lord.
The winner is Hades 2.
Yeah, those shrines and some new frescoes and some of those coins that he minted with the coat of his arms. That was brilliant. He did think of everything. And it's interesting with vampires, or Valkyrie as people call them in our game, because they don't care about money, do they?
True,
the only
Grizzly.
thing that is important to them is the blood taxation.
Exactly. You know, on one hand, they are monsters. They demand blood. They overtook the valley by force. They reshaped religion
better get
so it
nominated.
suits their needs. On the other hand, if you look closely, you can say that their rule doesn't really differ much from what the mortal lords before them were doing, before the Valkyrie took over.
Yeah, it is really interesting because, like, vampires, they they think of themselves as superior beings. Like, humans are just like animals to them. They're like herd. But it's also interesting that if you have a herd, you need to take care of it. So if they want humans to be used properly, they want them healthy, they want them strong, so they need to take care of them, right?
Yeah, it is a very interesting aspect of our open world. Vampires give blood to humans as well. So the inhabitants of the valley, they are healthier. Their children are both stronger. And on the other hand, it raises the question about the morality of this world. To what extent are the monsters really monsters? And, you know, to what extent they just introduced a new, different system of ruling?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And yeah.
They're all fucking monsters. All of them disgusting creatures of the night. All of them are monsters. All of them. They're all born of sin. All of them are monsters. To do this whole like, well, I never killed a human before. You will. You will. What did they say? Hey, you need to eat. You need to feed. And there's no bears around. There's no bunnies or rats around. You need to eat. You need to eat. Okay? So all of them are bad.
Those moral ambiguities were really important to us when we were creating this story.
I'm not gonna do this morally gray shit. Wait. Question. I have a question. Are vampires tied to evil? Yes. In their classic roots, vampires are deeply tied to evil. Well, there we go. You guys like to talk about lore. The demonic evil essence, predatory evil, no soul, no redemption in the Christian influence. Bro, it's not looking too good. Modern twist where it gets conflict. Oh, nobody cares about that shit. Nobody. No. Oh, you're gonna bring up Buffy, True Blood, and the Vampire Diary? Okay. All right. Bottom line, classically, the folkloric, yes, vampires are evil. They're personification of death, sin, and corruption. I mean, they literally talk about corruption when you level your corruption up. And modern storytelling? No, not... Yep. Okay. Nice try. Wasn't there a movie or a game where they don't hurt anyone and just drink, like, blood packets or something? Yeah, it was hot garbage, and they never made another movie like that again. I remember that one.
All these moral ambiguities we talked about, they tie into the characteristics of all the vampires we meet in the game, right?
No.
And they do have some really cool animations, don't they?
Yeah, of course they do. I absolutely loved working on those animations.
Right.
You know, we actually used one of the former UFC champions because we were looking for an actor who would be perfect for Bakir, the big guy, the big boss, who is so big, but he's also agile and quick. So, you know, this guy was perfect. And, you know, he's also a gamer, so he was just a perfect match. Right. He understood the character, and he also understood the gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, it's really awesome when those things work together when creating a game.
I think Witcher said hi, vampires are all bad. Yeah, that's listen. All of this stuff is stemmed from people that just want to be like, oh man, well, vampires, listen, everybody knows that vampires are bad, and then they put it in their fucking books where they're just like, well, I'm just gonna modernize it. Boom. That's what happens. Every single time. They all do the same exact thing. All of them do the same exact thing. Like, vampire, they know it's canonically evil, and then they're just like, well, I just want to modernize it. It's it's so much subverting expectations kind of bullshit that I just can't stand. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, oh man, this man is muscular. Oh, turns out that he's soft at heart. Oh my fucking god, bro. You start to notice these modern sort of like storytelling in video games, and you're just like, let me guess. This person is the nice guy. This person's the bad guy. The rich people are evil. And let me guess, she's the girl boss of the Mary Sue, key to everything. And then you're like, all right, you're 100% right.
And it's not only about those special abilities, but also about combos, finishers, and everything that makes combat look really dynamic. And it's especially important when it comes to Cohen and his, you know...
You're right, Snail.
Oh yeah, of course. Cohen was the most important character in the game, obviously, so we wanted to make him amazing.
What if they just showed me evil, like an evil companion who's a vampire, and they're just like, hello, I'm a vampire, I'm evil, I'm cool, and then everybody that likes that character would be like, yo, I like this guy, he's not playing around. Like, you do run into those sort of enemies. Like, I think a perfect example would be Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous, where you meet Camilla, and she acts like she's a good person, but in actuality, she's very evil. And I love the fact that she's like lying about her being evil, and then when you find out that she's just a bad person, she just goes out and says, "Oh yeah, I'm fucking evil, bro. I'd cut a child. I don't care. I don't give a fuck." And I'm like, wow. I'm over here like, are they gonna subvert it where we can make her become a good person? No. She's fucking evil. And I'm like, oh my god. It kind of threw me off for a second. And I was like, oh no, she's just evil. Okay.
Amazing, right?
Yeah.
And he was a challenge. Like, he's at the beginning of his story, and he is just learning everything. He's not a sword master, or he is also not a seasoned vampire. So we did want to show a little bit of uncertainty in his moves and things like this. Then you start discovering some really cool moves, some combos, and you can start using the claws.
She really loves her games.
How awesome is that?
She's kind of cute.
I mean, it's all what the gaming is about, right? And it's also about creating a world that is both unique and characteristic, but also feel like it could exist just beside you.
When we're creating that world of our game, we really wanted to make it feel alive and interesting by adding a lot of detail.
That's what everybody says.
When you go through the village, you might see a lot of people just sitting in front of their houses and doing some jobs.
That's what everybody says.
And us animators, we always like to add a little bit of something in there to make it more interesting. So sometimes you might see things like a guy hammering something and he'll accidentally hit his fingers or something. I think it's cool.
Yeah, I mean, those details work really nicely with the environmental storytelling.
Yeah.
And, you know, when the players explore the valley, they will find things like letters, like notes, and other traces of things that transpired in the area before Cohen makes his appearance.
Yeah.
We invite our players to look into every nook and cranny of the map, because...
I appreciate them talking about the game, but am I the only one that thinks that maybe more games should just have the trailers and none of the developers are talking? Kind of like FromSoft from Elden Ring. Like, FromSoft will drop one badass trailer and everybody will be frothing at the mouth. Like that Elden Ring trailer that dropped and everybody was like looking at the 4-minute trailer like and there's no guy coming out going like, hey, me and my friend would like to walk around a creepy fucking forest and tell you what's going to be in the game. And I'm like, well, if you're gonna tell us about the game, can you have two fine-assed women like with their tits out talking about the game, and they're like, best I could do is two fat bitches, and I'm like, fuck. just have two hot women talking about the game, knowing very well they didn't work on the game. That's what I would do. If you're gonna have somebody talk about it, just have some like if you have a game that's like tied to fantasy, witchcraft, elves, and all this crazy stuff, have one woman dressed up like an elf, and have one woman dressed up like a witch, like a gothic witch, talking about the game, and they like, yeah, so we tested out the game and played it firsthand, and I gotta say, I really like the game. And then everybody's like, yeah, that's great. I also love pumpkin pie too. Oh, this is a game trailer. Sorry, what were we talking about? What did she say? It's like, oh yeah, I definitely need to do my taxes. What?
They will certainly find things like, you know, some small stories, items, or notes left by people who once lived there.
Yeah, there are those echoes of the past pretty much everywhere in the world. Sure. It's awesome. And I think that's the world also.
Bro, they always say the same thing.
To
when you walk in something,
sometimes
you'll see the place and it looks like somebody's lived there.
People being captured by vampires. And some prisoners going around, and you can attack the vampires and free those prisoners. I think that's awesome. And those actions will have consequences.
I totally agree. I mean, it's all about, you know, choices and consequences, right? Yeah. The simplest example of that would be if a player kills a blacksmith in a village. So the forge, of course, becomes closed, and Cohen has to take his business elsewhere, right?
Yeah, it's like imitating the real world, where all the things that you do will have.
I just thought of something right now, chat. I just thought of something. Bro, I just thought of something. I'll have a video about it after this game comes out. Cohen is a dry character that has no personality. Cliff from Crimson Desert is a dry character with pretty much the same personality. Pretty dry. I want to see the reaction with the journalist. I want to see it. So they've been talking about Cliff being dry and like, yo, Cliff, he's not really much. We're not getting much out of Cliff. We're not getting a lot out of Cliff. And then Cohen, the character in Blood of the Dawnwalker, is pretty much just as dry as Cliff is. And they're gonna be like, oh, Cohen, oh my, all these characters, the main character, and I'm like, wait a minute, he's just like Cliff, a little bit less manly, but he's just like Cliff. It's like, all these characters, and I'm like,
consequences.
Yep, and you know. Both Cohen and
why are they out in the woods? They're
that,
Polish.
Bale Sangora is beautiful, but it can also be quite unforgiving.
Yeah, I think this is what I like the most in our game. That there's this great contrast. Like on one hand, you have this amazing, beautiful, serene world, and on the other hand, there's this really strong, tough story. There are tough decisions and dark themes, and I think this is just beautiful.
Yeah.
That looks beautiful.
When creating a game such as The Blood of Dawnwalker,
who are these
it's
people?
important to make sure that the open world never feels empty. Every area, every village, every forest should feel like it has life, purpose, and something to discover, right?
That's literally what the last two people just said. Wait, let's hear them.
The world should feel rich and believable, full of people, animals, monsters, and secrets, but never overwhelming.
I specifically remember the first time I went up to the mountains in our game, and I saw the Uriashi village. It really felt like a completely different place than Veosangora. So close and yet so far away. So familiar, but also so different. And then it started snowing.
And that's another element of creating the real world. The weather, like rain, fog, or as you mentioned, snow.
Yeah. Even though the time of day doesn't move until you make some certain actions, there is still an active weather system.
And the sounds. The waterfall hitting rocks.
I don't know if you could do much of a weather system when I mean, you can't really change the seasons if it's a 30-day video game. You can't have spring, summer, autumn, and like snow within like 1 month because this game is tied to time. But maybe it's just a cold. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Singing birds, rustle of the forest.
It all matters for how you experience the world, and for it not to feel like it's standing still.
Speaking of time.
It's been a hot topic since day one, right?
It has, so it's important to highlight that it's not a real time. It's not a timer or ticking clock. It's not meant to frustrate or rush you. In our game, you can still freely explore the world, fight, analyze your build, and talk with random villagers. And time doesn't move.
Like already said, in order to move time in a game, you have to reach a certain point of the quest or choose a certain dialogue option. You will always have an indicator of what actions are gonna actually move time and by how much.
It's like a resource. You can either pay attention to, strategically picking up quests and control the time, or just go with the flow of the game and let the time pass by.
Exactly. It's a resource, a framing device for the narrative and gameplay elements. You already know that Cohen's family has been kidnapped by Brances, and Cohen will have only 30 days to save them. But after that, the game won't end. Just the circumstances will change.
And that's where the world itself comes into play.
This just feels like a North Face commercial. He's like, check out my North Face clothing. Check out my hoodie. Yo, check out my North Face like fucking jeans with my pockets. Yo, I got pockets on pockets. Check out my North Face shoes, bro. It's good for hiking. We're skipping this. All right. You like North Face? Check out my scarf. We're skipping it. They're just saying the same thing. You know what I do like about this video? There's only white people. North Face cargo pants? I could go for some now. Nah, they didn't, Grizzly. I would walk in and be like, yo, can I play? Ah, yes. He could work on the drums. And I'm like, why do I gotta fucking work on the drums? I could use the violin. Why did you send me straight to the drums? Ah, yes, my homie, my G. You could work on the drums. I'm like, I want to work on the violin. I want.
And where do we begin? It has to be with that music.
It is a bit different, right?
It is. So much energy in that track. Wow. And a load of cool insights as well. We learned a couple of different character names that have been revealed. You know, Mirto,
so true.
Anka, Lacra, and now Marat too.
Yes, the most vigilant of you might already know some of these names. I teased them on our Reddit and Discord. Like Coin siblings, Mirto, Yanna, and Lunka, of course. Everyone knows Lunka. Anka and Lacra from our January teaser. And yes, Marat is the new one. He's the leader of the rebellion, and you could notice him in the trailer too.
Yeah, I saw him in the trailer, but I saw a few other characters as well that I don't think I recognized.
No, and you will not know more about them because I cannot share too much to not spoil anything. You'll need to meet the others in the game in September the 3rd.
September the 3rd. Okay, got it. I'll wait till then. But if I'm not mistaken, the pre-order should be launched any time now.
I think we might be already live.
Well, what a perfect time for us to look at the different editions of the game, starting off with
how much
the digital editions.
Yo, how much is it gonna be?
The standard edition and the Eclipse edition, which comes with a digital world compendium, a digital comic.
You know, sooner or later we're gonna get a game that doesn't offer armor and shit. I'm okay with soundtracks, but sooner or later we're just gonna get games where we don't get pre-order now and you'll get some fucking horse armor. And I'm like, I don't know, man. When are we gonna stop doing that? Okay, just put it all in the game.
Book and a digital soundtrack.
Wait, how much is it gonna be?
We also have the physical editions as well.
Yes, the first print of the standard edition, we're calling it the Day 1 edition.
Oh, that's nice.
Additionally include the steelbook and a map of Vesangora. It will be available at retail worldwide.
That looks really nice.
For pre-orders and for the release while supplies last. Just please make sure to check the product description on your retailer's store page to confirm the included items, as their availability may vary by region.
Really exciting to get more than just a disc in a physical edition. I do love a game map. But next up,
game maps are trash.
Collector's edition, and
unless it's like actual parchment.
It deserves its own introduction.
Or cloth.
Peggy 18.
That statue is the most boring statue I've ever fucking seen. That is the most boring statue. Didn't your last statue from CD Projekt Red have you fucking on a motorcycle ramming into one of the fucking cyborgs with 2 pistols? You're like, ah! And you're on your motorcycle and you're running into right on top of a cyborg. That was cool. But what happened to dynamic fucking statues? What happened? We had that. We had dynamic statues and shit. We had that in spades. Put him on a horse or something. You know what you should do with him? You should have him fighting the main antagonist with his claws out. This game's gonna be dope.
Awesome. Let's break down what we just saw there.
How much is the game gonna be?
So, in addition to the standard day one content, so the steelbook, the map of Sangora, and the game, of course, you will also get a code to redeem the digital Eclipse edition, which comes with the digital soundtrack, digital comic book, and digital World Compendium, as well as a physical edition of the World Compendium and our special figurine. All of it packed in an amazing box that you can see on the screen. It will be available.
Stop. Stop. Why are we doing $70? Why are we doing $70? No game should be $70. Okay, let me tell you something right now. No video game should be more than $60. I'm already gonna write you down for that one. I'm writing you down. That's gonna be a 9 out of 10 already. Because we do not do that shit. If it's a 60+ hour experience, no, you're not. No, you're not. Bullshit. No, you're not. You've played older games that were less than this, and you played that game with 60+ hours. Come on, I'm doing yourself a service, Grizzly. I'm literally the person that's saying Grizzly Bear does not deserve a blowjob. I think he deserves to be smothered with titties, and he deserves to slap some ass. I'm saying, it's like Grizzly is saying, man, I'm fine with just having a Pop-Tart. And I'm over here like, I think Grizzly Bear deserves a full course meal with some mashed potatoes, some greens, a steak with some A1 steak sauce, and some fucking what's it called? Some French fries. That's what I'm saying. And you might think to yourself, oh, well, that's worth it. Well, let me tell you something. Sooner or later, it's not going to be $70 anymore. It's going to be $80. And then after that, and then after that, and then after that. And so we're trying to correlate these things to be like, oh, well, each hour is like this much, or each 10 hours is like this much. It's not, okay? Resident Evil 9 is a great game. It is not a $70 game, though. It's a very short game, too. It's a great game, but it's a very short game. And so it's not about time, it's about fun. It's always about fun. Always has been, always will be. The replayability, the amount of times that you play the game, that's what it's all about. And it doesn't matter whether or not you played it for 50 hours, 4 hours, 10 hours. All games should be $60 or less. Because let's be honest with ourselves. Let's be honest. We could talk about inflation all day, but we can't talk about inflation if people are not getting paid more. Okay? We can't talk about that. It's like, oh man, it's because of inflation. Yeah, but for some odd reason, every normal person is not catching up. Every time when the game industry wants to keep on moving forward, they keep on forgetting us in the back of the bus or in the back of the line. So it's this. I think it really sped up around COVID, where they just started running. They started running way past us, and we're over here huffing and puffing like, "Hey, man, I got kids, I got groceries, things are expensive. I mean, I'm not getting, what, do I need another job?" And it just comes into this point where it's just like, well, fuck all this. I mean, even Crimson Desert, even Crimson Desert's a big ass fucking game, and you could do easily 70 hours to 100 hours on that game, and I still gave it a 9 out of 10 because that game, no game should be $70 because of time, or you know, because time is irrelevant. You know, time is irrelevant when it comes to that sort of thing. Okay. But I think this game's gonna be great. I think this game's gonna be huge. But like I said, with the $70, I think it's stupid. You can think of like 5 games with one hand that are literally shorter than this that you would go back to play like right now. I could go back to Borderlands 2 and have a great time and put more hours into Borderlands 2 and find something fun to do. You could go back to Skyrim. Believe it or not, you could go back to fucking Morrowind right now. But and of course this game does have replayability and all that stuff, and you could do more stuff, but it's all about that fun factor. It's all about that fun factor. But I don't want gamers to be out of $100 because $70 is literally $100, but with a few less steps. You know what I mean? You guys ever do that where you're just like, oh man, this game's gonna be this object is worth $70. It might as well be $100. Or this item costs $8. That's $10 to me. I always think about this. It's like, oh man, well this fan is worth $25.99. Oh, I'm out of $30. That's my thought process. That's my thought process when it comes to being broke. It's like, oh man, all this fucking, you know, this soda costs, you know, this pack of soda costs $10.99. Well, that's fucking $12 right there. That's just how my brain does it. You know, here's another one. Actually, Woodpit brings up a good example. Oh shit, I have 2,000 hours on this one game. Guess I should give them $2,000. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? It sounds stupid, you know. It is like, man, I had 100 hours on this game. I should give them $100. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Man, I played GTA 6 for 300 hours. It should be $300. I'm 190 hours into Crimson Desert and have maybe 1 out of 10 of the map unlocked. Oh man, give me $200, please. Give me $200. Cause this is what's gonna happen. Where somebody's going to be like, oh shit, the games are too expensive. You're so right. The game, I'm thinking of the most disgusting consumer practices of all time. Oh man, the games are too expensive. Okay, I understand. Here's a new game that's coming out. And it cost you $1 per hour. And it's an open world game. That sounds fucking dystopian and disgusting. You're just like, oh man, I'm having so much fun. Wait a minute, how much money am I spending? So you've been playing this game for $500. Holy oh my. Do not let it pass them that they would not try that, okay? They I'm pretty sure one of them thought about that, where they were sitting down like, bro, what if we just make them pay for each hour? I'm pretty sure they would like to do that to us. If they haven't tried to do that, you have to purchase a subscription to the game to play it. Then you're paying per day you have it and can play. We were just talking about PlayStation. What am I talking about? Of course they would do this. It's true, you give them an inch and it becomes normalized and then it's $80. That's true. You remember that time that Xbox with fucking Phil Sphincter, where he was like, bro, Outer Worlds 2 should be $80. And everybody was like, what the fuck is Outer Worlds 2? And he was like, actually, it's $70. My bad, guys. And then the fucking shit failed. Oh, man. But anyway, this looks good. This looks real good. I'm interested. I'm behind it. I'll play the game out. And we'll see. We'll see. We got a lot of good games this year. Absolutely some good stuff this year. And of course, if it's $70, I'd suggest you wait. Especially if it comes down to money. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me on this Hard Rant stream. I'm gonna go back to play some video games because I just want to. Y'all have some fun playing video games. Y'all take care now. Peace. Have a good one.